Okay, sorry about that. No, it was me. Thanks, guys. Meteorologist Tom Atkins here with you. We are uh, looking at a severe weather potential across our area. So hopefully you can hear me now, and I'll start to explain it to you. We got plenty of time here, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. All right. So the red shaded areas are tornado watches for Erie, Crawford, Mercer, Venango, and Forest here and to the south. And as you go to the west, you can see there's tornado watches out here in eastern Ohio. That was just issued, and it is until 4 p.m. So you guys know a watch means what? Watch out. It means conditions are favorable for the development of strong to severe storms, which could produce a tornado, but nothing has been established by radar or sighted. So the main thing we're going on right now is just looking at these two lines that are coming across. And right now, they are not impressive at this point. If we do get some sunshine and the atmosphere heats up and destabilizes, that would add to the potential for these storms to intensify and become severe. But what you can see here beyond the watch, and that's all the red shaded counties, are these little things called special weather statements. Now, these are kind of like one level less than a warning. Okay. So these storms in this line are not severe out here in Ohio, but they can produce wind gusts to 50. Normally, you'd have to have wind gusts to close to 60 to be a severe thunderstorm. So right now, this line is the most impressive. It's well to the west of us, uh, but as of this minute, it has not produced severe thunderstorm warnings or any tornado warnings. And you can see that the line is about 110 miles away from Erie. And if I put the storm tracks on for you, whenever you start to get these red ones, that's when we really start to take shape or take notice. The green ones are the more benign storms, but you can see that they're rocketing, to the northeast here. These are just Ohio towns in the path of this storm out way out here. But the point I'm trying to make here is that they are moving this particular storm to the north northeast at 62 miles an hour. So these things are moving fast. And here's another one on the front line. This is moving to the north northeast at 71 miles per hour. So we're gonna have to look back to the southwest for development. Okay, so if that thing holds together, just to give you a little bit of a heads up, and it's moving to the north northeast at 70 miles an hour, it could be into western Erie County in the next hour or so. But this line back here looks like it is stronger, so we're going to have to watch that line, which will come in later on. The tornado watch is in effect until 4 p.m. So we got a few hours here that we're going to have to get through and look at things. So here we go. Good to have you here. Hope you can hear me now. Thank you, Adam Ripley in Waterford. Great to have you here. And good to have all of you guys here. So just a little bit of an explanation of the potential that's going on. Again, no severe weather is being reported, but we're just giving you the heads up. Everything is in Ohio now. It's just a tornado watch. There are no tornado warnings at this time in either Pennsylvania or Ohio. So,
I just want to point
and
Jacob here.
Jacob's here. We're going to bring him in. Go ahead,
I
Jake.
just want to point out that if you look at this line, in even like north of Elyria, maybe if you like switch to the base velocity winds and storm relative velocity winds, go to that real
We'll talk
quickly.
a little velocity here.
Go to base velocity. You can see some red over Lake Erie, so that's away from the radar in Cleveland. Now go to storm relative velocity.
I'll point that. I'll just draw this here. So what Jacob's talking about, these winds are moving away from their radar, and these winds are moving toward the radar. Now, if these reds and greens join each other, that's what we call a couplet or a TVS, and that's what radar indicated tornado would be. But we have none of that at this point, so we'll check another portion of our
Now it
Doppler radar.
seems to be the opposite at a higher level. So it seems like when it was away at the surface, it's now like towards. So it's kind of like we're seeing that rotation actually happening the higher you go up. That kind of clockwise rotation. So wouldn't surprise me if maybe some water spouts pop up north of Illyria.
Yeah, this is the area to watch, as Jacob points out. But the thing to keep in mind is this direction off the Cleveland radar, you're looking at an elevation of about 450, 600 feet. So this is what's going on in the clouds. Whether that translates to what goes down, happens on the ground, that's another story. So we're watching that line, and it's still 100 miles away. And if I were to take the track that these guys are working at, or launching towards, I guess you could say, basically we'd be getting our weather from something down here by Columbus, and that is 185 miles from Erie. So we're just watching these things develop now. Here is a severe thunderstorm warning that just popped up, and let me take the skits off. So we've got a couple here that have just popped up. Here's one east of Columbus till noontime, and here's one in extreme southeastern Ohio and southwest Pennsylvania until noontime as well. So these are severe thunderstorm warnings. They are not tornado warnings, but basically this line has to get through us before the threat diminishes. So we're going to have to watch this, mile by mile as it approaches our area. But the front part of the line, the first line here, not looking that impressive, because if you use something like lightning, and we can just isolate this one area here, not that there can't be winds without lightning, but if I just run this 1 hour loop, you can see there's not a lot of lightning with this line. Okay, what we look at is the next line, which probably has some sunshine between the first and the second line. And if you get sun to come out, you can make the atmosphere a lot less stable and brew the storms a lot better. So if you look at this line, this has got developing lightning with it back here towards Illyria, as well as Oberlin, west of Cleveland here, and more to the south here towards Worcester and Ashland. So you may get some showers from the front line initially in the next hour or so. It doesn't look intense at this point, maybe a heavy downpour, but we'll have to look back here for after the first thing passes through to kind of get an idea of whether or not we're going to deal with severe weather. And this is a satellite picture, so I just want to show you there are breaks in the clouds. There is sunshine poking through in between those lines, and that can act as a destabilizer. Okay, so we're going to watch all that stuff for you this afternoon, because that's our job. So let me get back to you guys and see if you have any questions, comments, or ideas. Hello, Debbie Snyder. Once again, thank you, Ruthie from Union City. It's kind of a fickle situation, but we're here for you. If something pops, Margaret, good to see you, and Timmy Horton, always good to see you. All right, thanks for that, Brandon. Hello. Sunshine is not our friend. That's the thing. We call it self-destructive sunshine. If you get the atmosphere to cook, it's like putting a pot of boiling water on the stove. You heat it up, eventually it's going to boil over. So we look for things like sunshine, like you guys are reporting. Susan, great to have you here, Susie, and say hi to Dave. Thanks for your support. Wind is the other thing, because beyond the tornado watch, we also have a high wind warning and wind advisories. Hello, Jennifer Ann. Great to have you with us today. And of course, we're here trying to ascertain whether this thing turns severe. Is there supposed to be something on your TV, Sherry? We've been running some crawls. Maybe Jacob, maybe launch a couple crawls there on both the stations so that we're keeping up with there. But yeah, we're not going to bother you on TV unless something's going to be threatening your life or property. Hello, Laura. Good to see you here. Thank you for for being here. Samantha, great to have you from Corey. And of course, the other thing I want to tell you guys is, if you see something, you can always email us pictures or information as well. Hello, Paula Thomas. Long time no see. Bill, glad to have you in the rule. Um, it's not what happens on radar that justifies a tornado watch. It's what's happening in other portions of the atmosphere. The radar is usually mostly used for warnings. But watches, if ingredients in the atmosphere like shear and instability uh, get together, that's what'll justify the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma to issue the watch. Radar kind of goes with the local aspect, and Cleveland National Weather Service would take over from that point if warnings are issued, and we definitely use the radar for that. Uh, St. Mary's, yeah, you guys are probably in the watch. I'm looking over there. So again, you got to keep in mind it's a watch, not a warning. Um, so watch means it's possible. Warning means it's happening. Hello, Rochelle. Good to see you. Great to have you here. You're welcome, Ruthie. You're welcome, Deli. Marion, welcome back to the fold. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, we're here to prepare you, not scare you. It's a watch. So just take it one step at a time, Paula. Again, we'll get this stuff through first. It looks like it's almost falling apart. So no warning for the immediate future. Yeah, take care of those poodles up there, Jen. I mean, get them out, get them in. You're welcome, Kathy. So wind is not a big concern unless it's coupled with a severe thunderstorm. There's been wind all night. That's a separate issue. So there is a wind warning and a wind advisory till 2 p.m. The tornado watch is until 4 p.m. So there we go. Thank you, Lisa from Waterford, April G, Warren County. Good to have some of my peeps from Facebook and Nightcap on here. Hello, Brian. Keep us advised. The storms are rocketing to the northeast at 60 to 70 miles per hour. So these are quick movers. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Robert Bird. Brian Falls. This guy's from Birmingham out of Bama. They have been so hit, and his television station is, I'm sure, wall-to-wall coverage. How is it down there in Dixie Alley, Southern Tornado Alley, Brian, this morning? Hopefully no damage from where you are. No problem, Lenny Oakley. Are you at work? You're at home? We're here for you. Yep, everything in red is in the watch. There's Fairview. Yep, you're in the watch. Thanks for watching us from Conneaut Lake. Yeah, we'll run some crawls, but we're not going to jump on there unless we start to get damage. Thank you again. Sunshine is not our friend. So the more it heats up, the better the potential for severe weather. Thank you, Kamal from Manchester. Hope everything's over there. All right, Jennifer, thanks for that. Yeah, we'll let you know about that. And any of you guys who have weather radios, some of you have them. Um, they're very good, and I'll talk a little bit about them in a second. And there's Brian from Sweet Home, Alabama, which is not so sweet as he reports down there from the real Dixie Alley, as we call it, the primary tornado alley early in the season before the. Yeah, we could probably do that as well. Yeah, lots of sun. Sun is not our friend. Hello, Amanda King. All right, sounds good. Yeah, and as I was saying, it's a wind advisory and a wind warning. Joe Schneider, thank you for your service up in Northeast. Yeah. We don't like to see sun in these situations. And I was showing you guys a satellite picture because when you get in between these lines and you start to get sunshine, like here's your satellite again. That's what really helps destabilize the atmosphere and make it cook, so to speak. So we're getting sun, Erie, Edinburgh, Girard, some more to the south here, and some more in here. So you got these lines, that's where the clouds and rain are. And then this one forms behind this break of sunshine, and this is turning out to be the stronger line. And it's all a matter of, how strong it gets.
It could also be a battle between dry and moist air.
Yes, as Jacob mentions, how strong are the dew points? How high are them? If you got high dew points, they contribute to, uh, juicing up the atmosphere. And we got a program here. It's what's nice about this. We can take a shot at, these are approximate temperatures across the area. I'll just put a few on, you know. So you got temperatures in the 60s here, and into the Cleveland area, okay? And if you switch that to dew points, if you start getting the dew points up above 55, that's when the atmosphere starts to destabilize. So we're starting to get that. And that's a concern. And that's probably why the Storm Prediction Center in Oklahoma has us under the watch. And if Cleveland's going to trigger any warning, we will pass that along to you. But again, looking at the big picture here, just a couple of warnings down here north of Zanesville. It's the orange polygons here that are severe thunderstorm warnings, and down here by Wheeling, West Virginia. These tan things are what I was talking about there. Um, Special weather statements, which means they're thunderstorms, but they're not strong enough to become severe. So we kind of watch and wait and look at the maps and continue to roll everything from the precipitation to what Jacob was looking at before, what we kind of call the Doppler part of the radar, which talks about winds. And we can actually query if we look to the west, because these things are the ones that are approaching the wind speeds. Now you gotta keep in mind this is what we call off the deck. This is at an elevation from the radar of over 4,000 feet, but sometimes these can get translated down. So they've already got winds at that level. That's about 60 miles per hour. So if you get the energy transformed down to the surface, that's why we have the high wind watch. Okay, guys? And so let me differentiate for you. I'm going to take the tornado thing off here and just put the wind. So we've got a high wind warning that has nothing to do with severe weather. You guys have already reported how strong the winds are. So the strongest winds for the high wind warning here are Erie and Chautauqua. And then if you're in Crawford or Warren, you have a wind advisory for strong winds, but not as strong as Erie and Crawford. Now that's all separate from severe weather. That's just wind. And we've had that going on off and on over the last 24 hours. The severe side is the tornado watch. And again, it's just a watch, it's not a warning. So that's the greater concern. Because if you just have wind, sure, it can blow things around. You could have some power outages. But obviously, if you start getting into severe thunderstorms with lightning or potential hail and, maybe a spin up of a tornado, then you got a whole different, stronger animal. And thankfully, right now, it's just a watch. And I'll head it back to what we call the reflectivity or just the precipitation mode here, which is what you guys are more familiar with and what you see most of the time on TV or on your tablets and phones. And another thing we watch here again is lightning. And so if you look at the lightning, these lines are morphing. Okay. It was going up 5 minutes ago, right? It goes up here to about 40 and now it's back down. So they're pulsing. And maybe some of the clouds are interacting with these lines and, keeping them from going full bore or exploding. But like I say, clouds are our friend. And right now, these storms do not look like they're intensifying. They're going up and they're going down. And that's better than just going up. So, again, the other thing that I want to tell you about is that we're early in the season. All right. It's not spring yet. We're not like in May or June when we have the benefit of the long daylight and the more direct sun and then the higher sun angle and the big ability to heat the atmosphere. So that's a thing in favor of not getting severe storms. And that's why our friend Brian down in Alabama is in that uh, particularly vulnerable situation because he's down in Alabama and they are hotter, right? For getting severe weather. For us, we're just watching. Okay. So let me get back to your questions here. Maybe we'll go to uh, some cameras, see how things are going along the area. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's a watch, wait, and see. We're watching to see how warm it gets, how high the dew points fire, how much sunshine develops, and we're constantly watching the radar because a watch means watch out. It doesn't mean it's necessarily happening. The watch is till 4 p.m. So the potential for severe weather exists until 4 p.m. All right. So I hope I'm explaining this well enough for you. Yeah, and like I say, Betty, yeah, wind is different than severe weather. I just showed you the wind advisories and the wind warnings. That's been going on all along. The tornado watch just got issued in the last hour. That's a whole separate category and potentially more destructive. Good point. If you don't want snow, you probably have to wait till Thursday night and Friday for that. Just a little heads up. Thanks. Joe's dew point up to 59. Now you're starting to get some juicy air there. The prodigal has returned because the weather is bad. Hello, for sun, for you soon. Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want the sun there. Hello, Robert. Are you out on the road or are you around? I'm glad your power came back on. Dew point is the temperature at which the air saturates. So if you can rise them, you're adding moisture to the air. And basically, when you get dew points above 60, you start feeling uncomfortable. When you start getting them above 65, the air is getting very humid and juicy. And that not only makes you uncomfortable, but it also adds to the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. John, great to have you. Hope you and the family are all right. Yeah, I'm all for good storms. I'm just not real in favor of severe storms. Um, no problem. I'm glad everything worked out. All right, you got Gerard. Okay, we'll be watching it. And yeah, Benjamin, you're in the watch. You know, you're right down there in Union City. So tornado watch until 4 p.m. Okay. All right. So we'll. And again, if it hits, you got a little bunch of showers here, and then you got a deeper line back here. So I can do some tracking for you. All right, just to give you an idea. Let me go back to the radar, and I'll come down here and continue to answer your question. But that's a good question. When may it hit Erie? Now I don't really count this. These are showers with a few heavy downpours, you know. And if I zoom in here, you can see where they are. There's not even any lightning associated with them. So you guys out here in the West County, you'll get a few showers. They'll come through in the next few hours. What we're looking at is what's back here to the west. Okay. So this line is more impressive right now. So if I do this, get this out of the way, keep Erie on there, and I put on my skits, which are directional movements, and they tell us how quickly the storms are moving. Now, you know, if I pick on one of these storms, it's telling me it's moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So let me take this off and find a storm that's in the trajectory to hit Erie. Now it would come down from down here to get the correct trajectory. It would have to be from the bottom part of this line because you know they're moving like that. So if I take a storm that's down here and I check the distance and it's 150 miles almost from Erie, that part of that line, if it stays in the same direction and speed, wouldn't get here for another over 2 hours if it's moving at 60. So this is the line that we're watching. Whether it grows into severe weather or not, we don't know yet. The conditions are favorable, but as I said, these lines are morphing. They're going up and they're going down. If you saw the lightning with one of these lines just exploding, going from like 25 to 50 to 75 to 100, you know those storms are intensifying. But as you can see here in what we were looking at, if you look at the lightning strikes with these lines, they're going up and they're going down. So there apparently is enough stability or cloud cover in the atmosphere to keep them from going crazy at this point. All right. But we got to track these things mile by mile because, you're getting into the peak part of the day where you can get more intense sun and things can start to um, keep going or start to get worse. I'm not saying that's happening, but we're getting towards noontime today, so we'll see what happens. Uh, do we those things still expiring? The high wind warnings, Jake, at 2 p.m. We'll see. Dorian, great to have you aboard. Laura, thanks for that weather information. So, what Brian here now, he's from, like I said, he's from Birmingham, and his chief meteorologist, that's James Spahn there, sent the news staff and the control room to the shelter. So thankfully, thank you. So we have to answer your question, Adam Ripley. Um, we have the wind advisories and wind warnings till 2 p.m. But this is of particular interest because you guys have probably been watching the coverage from the deep south, and their chief meteorologist sent all the news staff and control room operators to the shelter because they had 125-mile-an-hour rotation right over the station, and that is in Birmingham, Alabama, and that's wicked. So I'm glad you guys are all right. Well put, Mary Shandorf. Yeah, well, we'll talk to them on Monday. Oh, hello, Tammy. Good to have you here from Erie. Thanks for the cloud report in Waterford. You're welcome, Jennifer. Thanks, Karen Connor. See, the dew points are getting juicy, and we'll see if that combining with the sunshine destabilizes the atmosphere enough to produce severe storms. They haven't been produced in Pennsylvania yet, and you notice the ones here are gone. I mean, I don't know. They were in effect. I'm not getting the right thing here. Just give me a second. Yeah, I want to see because they've been eliminated. Hang on, guys. Let me just see. What I'm asking here and what I'm trying to discern is if these severe thunderstorm warnings, which were in effect down here in Ohio, got canceled because the line weakened. So they issue this warning. Okay, expires at 11:15. All right, so they just ran out of juice, and and nothing's getting reissued there. Okay, so that's a good sign. All right, the closest warning, all right, is down here by Zanesville. All right, but this doesn't look particularly impressive to me at this point, which is why we're just doing this. We're just talking. Nothing is guaranteed with severe weather. It's just a watch. So again, um, the only severe thunderstorm warnings are in Ohio, and it looks like West Virginia, where there's, it's further south. There's more heating. They're more unstable, if you will. And just looking at trajectories here, those are pointing more in this direction. And we have Craig Flint in the house, so the gang is all here. We just can't stay away. So the trajectory from these warnings are kind of like that. So still could make it into our area, but nothing warning wise for Pennsylvania. Just a watch at this time. So we'll continue to watch. Let me get back to your questions here. Maybe we could do a few cameras and whatnot to track that sunshine. We'll pass your concerns along, John. Nancy Edinburgh, thank you. Let's see, Rhonda, sun going in and out. Positive would be the strikes that would be hitting the ground. About 20% of lightning reaches the ground. Thankfully, about 80% stays in the cloud. So you can think of it that way. That's why only 40 out of 193 are hitting the ground. No, they haven't, but I think Phil is here. So if you want to talk to him, that'd be fine. So yeah, so that's the breakdown on that. Okay. All right. Well, corned beef sounds really good. And the thing is, if what can happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what can happen in these places down here where they have more heating and potentially more sunshine, they can take over, and that's literally what we're for. Hoping for. I'm not saying it's going to happen, and I can switch radars here for you just because we'll get a better vantage point out of Pittsburgh. So let me put the Pittsburgh radar on to track these things. See, this is nasty right here. You see all the red skits, and those are the things with arrows. That's the potential for severe right in here. They also have some warnings in here as well. Hard to see with all the radar or with all the lightning on here, but if I take off the lightning, and I draw these things, and the point I'm trying to make here is here's some severe thunderstorm warnings. They're not tornado warnings, but this area has more severe weather. And again, you look at the trajectory of this, okay, and the good thing that you could glean from that may be working in our favor is that where these warnings are, these storms, and I'll put the loop on for you. You can see how they're moving. They're moving like this, more towards the east of Erie. So the stuff to the west right now is much weaker, and we like that. And that may be because they've developed earlier in the day and they're encountering more clouds than sunshine. So this is how we track it mile by mile. And just to tell you guys, it's a watch. It's not a warning. So we will continue to watch and see if this line strengthens. But right now, you've just got the green skits. And the green ones are not severe. They're going to tell us how quick the storm is moving and what towns will be affected next. But there's not one of the three things that you have to have for a thunderstorm to become severe. And those three things are, and you only need one of them, is hail 1 inch in diameter or greater, winds of 58 miles per hour or greater, or a tornado. All right, now they've just kicked these things. Cleveland's kicked these things into red skits. So, we'll watch and we'll see. But right now, these are out in Ohio. They are moving through the Cleveland area. And to me, this line and these storms in this portion of the picture do not look severe. Okay. And I'll do the lightning thing one more time and then I'll go back and answer your questions. See, if you just look at the areas that are affecting us, that is not very impressive at this point. You can see the lightning strikes go up and then they go down. So this is the stuff we're watching. Right now, this stuff looks a lot more troublesome down here. Okay, but we'll keep vigilant. All right, let me get back to your questions. We'll look at some conditions outside via our cameras. All right. All right. Who else is on? All right. Thank you, Brian Falls. You were so helpful. Hey, the guy's been working for I don't know how long on the weekend with real serious severe weather. Um, and he's helping us out here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Oh my God, or Northwest Pennsylvania. You're under the watch, Liz Ann. Just be prepared. It's not a warning, but we're watching. We would love that, but right now, we're not dropping our guard. Um, all right, Danielle Grove, one of my former students. How are you? You're in Crawford. I want to talk to you a little bit. Were you in, just off the cuff here, were you around in '85 when they had those tornadoes in Centerville? Let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. Uh, uh, Lisa Fogelbank Banks. I mean, I think it's safe for now if you just go, but get there. All right, Tammy. Thanks for that. Thank you, Harry, for that. Hello, Ann, and you're welcome. And Chris, you're welcome. And there's no tornado. There's a tornado watch, Gail. And no one could tell you if a tornado will form in the city. I'm not that smart, but there is a tornado watch for all the areas you see in red, and watch means watch out. Warnings means it's happening. We are just in the watch category, no warnings. All right, thanks for letting me know. Just looking for some interesting stuff about there. Well, you probably have little things going on there, Zach. Uh, Maybe little wind shift fronts moving through. Well, it's like everybody else, Suzanne. You're under the watch. There's no warnings yet. All we can do is watch the radar. You're very welcome. Okay, so let me do full screen here, and let me just look around the area, maybe poke around with some cameras. Okay, and get the right thing going here, and we can do that. Just see how it's looking, and you can see the bright sunshine in Edinburgh there. Obviously, a shower has happened. Uh, we're just going to take a tour around and see what we got here, and maybe do a couple out of town. Uh, Excuse me, cameras as well. So we'll go Bayfront. Show you what's happening around the neighborhood here, and certainly sunshine there. Folks out and about. We'll do Conneaut Lake down in Crawford County. I would say that's more cloudiness there, and of course we can take a look at the sky. So the basic thing we're determining now is really how much sun is out there, how much heating is out there, and then we'll go back to radar and look at temps and anything else that the National Weather Service may be uh, putting together in our area or for our area. We're in uh, constant contact with them. So just looking at the Barbara J there in Conneaut Lake, and I'm just going to spin it up to the flag here just to get a view of how much sunshine may be occurring there. So, to reiterate, we're under a tornado watch until 4 p.m. Now we'll get a better view of the cloud cover. Oh, somehow we just went to Gerard. That's interesting. Okay, Jake, let's go back here for a sec. Cameras are slow today. So, those are clouds. So they're blocking a lot of the sun, which is good. But there's holes in the clouds, a little bit of breeze there. So that's Conneaut Lake for you. Cameras are really slow today. Just give me a second here. I want to refresh them. So we'll go back downtown. So, there's your wind advisories till 2 p.m., wind warnings until 2 p.m. And you can see it right there downtown. I'll widen this one out as well just to take a look at Erie. The camera's on top of the Renaissance Center, so it's vulnerable to wind. And there you go. You can look to the north, you see some clouds. You also see some sunshine peeking through there. We can go to the west, more towards the cathedral. Okay, a little darker there from that line of showers. Okay. And this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. We're just looking to see clouds, going over to the airport right now, sunshine, go back to the radar and look at what's going on in actuality with rain. Go over to Gerard for a second. Take a look, pretty cloudy there, a little dampness from the showers that went through earlier. Take you down to Meadville. And remember, these are all live shots. Cumulus, see, this is a thing in the favor. See how these cumulus clouds are not shooting up vertically? They're kind of flatter and they're in rows. As long as those stay that way, those are not building into thunderstorms. So,
it seems like stabilization happening, even though there's some moisture here in the ground. It doesn't seem like it's super supportive of anything like towering.
Right, and that's what Jake just said. These are not towering Q, because towering Q go into cumulonimbus clouds, which are the thunderstorm clouds. So he's talking about the atmosphere, at least in this area right now, is remaining stable, and that's a good thing. Take a view outside in our neighborhood. It's always good to check clouds, right? Same thing here. These are flatter clouds. So when we're looking south towards Waterford there from our studio, um, not saying that they can't change. We're just saying that's the way it looks in these locations now as you look over in Warren. Again, wind advisories, wind warnings in place. It's going to be windy. The more important question is, do storms fire and do they become severe? So that's how we can look at that. And maybe I'd like to try just a couple more because we can go outside of the area, maybe look over in Cleveland and see how everything looks over there where that one line is. And Brian, if you're still on here, I'm going to shoot one down to, I think we got them in Birmingham too, just to look at how your skies are doing. So what you're going to see now is a Cleveland live camera from downtown. And that's where the line of showers have been coming from. So you look there, very ominous looking in Cleveland, but so far just rain and maybe a little bit of lightning. Um, so that's good. So far, so good there. And I want to take you down to Alabama, and we do have one in Birmingham, and I guess it's at the baseball stadium down there. So Bryan Falls, hopefully things are stabilizing for you folks today. And actually, the sky there looks a lot like what's going on over here. You got the same kind of cumulus. Nice little weather station here by the Fox people. This is Birmingham, Alabama. Now they got crushed in the past couple of days, but right now, ironically enough, their skies look like ours. Are you expecting any severe weather down there, Brian? Today, I haven't checked SPC there. We're too worried, of course, of what's going on there. So that's kind of a neat vantage point. Boy, if it could stay that way, we would be in better shape, folks. We would be doing all right, right? All right. Let me see you guys. Thanks for hanging in. Yeah, well, if it's a green arrow, John, it's okay. If it's a red arrow, it could be trouble, but nothing warned on us yet. Hello, Kathy Hodge. Had your sister in Cape Girardeau on Friday night as she was going through. She had tornadoes to the north and to the south in Missouri there. Unbelievable. Thanks, Brian. All right. Well, you're in good shape for now. Thank you, Ann. And you needed higher powers, Suzanne. You know, I'm just the messenger. Uh, so yeah, this is what a meteorologist does in Birmingham, Alabama. He went in at midnight Friday and left this morning at midnight. Okay, so you're there for 2 days. Uh, two Friday to about 30 minutes. So these guys were on the air for hours and hours. This is where they had tornadic damage. All right. All right. All right. Ready to do Skywarn? Yeah, if you're trained in Skywarn, keep an eye to the sky. Um, Light can be a stabilizing force. Good question, because it's cool. If you can keep things cool, either by clouds or a lake breeze, you can, for the places closest to the lake, stabilize things. Um, and so Brian, he's saying severe clear and not expecting any severe weather down there, which is great. Glad to see you guys are getting a break. Super windy. Yeah, the wind, there's wind advisories everywhere. Wind is okay. Good to have you here, John. All right, so we're going to go from Alabama back home here. And I keep hearing emails come in. So, Jake, if you want to check the email, that's probably just a barren observation. But I'm going to put our email address up here just so you guys, if you want to send us something at any time, doesn't have to be today. But if you ever want to send us a picture,
Send us something from the lake.
who did?
Darlene just sent us.
Okay, all right.
A little rainbow that's over the lake.
Oh, cool. All right, so that's our email. Let me get the cameras back locally here, and then we'll pick it up with that stuff. Working a lot of buttons here. Thanks for your patience. So I'm gonna go back down to Conneaut Lake here, and then we'll go back to radar, and then we'll check everything out. But yeah, those. Hopefully the email is up there, and if you guys ever want to send us something, whether it's severe weather or anytime, you know, that's where you can send pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to take us down to lake view level here just to keep an eye on these clouds. All right. All right. So good. All right. All right. So thank you, Thomas Carlucci, for that. So we'll go back to radar and we'll see what's around. And he's talking about a thunderstorm warning, a severe thunderstorm warning down here. Is Canton, Akron? I don't see anything. Oh, okay. It's hard to see with this stuff on. Let me see if I can take the tornado watch off. Yeah, we're going to take tornadoes off and leave severe on. Okay, and I'm going to take wind off also. That's weird. Okay, so these are that's weird. Oh wow, that's interesting. They've got severe thunderstorm warnings all the way from Cleveland. All right, so this is something interesting. They have issued severe thunderstorm warnings from west of Ashtabula all the way down to Canton, Akron for this line here. No, I don't want that. Get the tornado out of here. So we'll track those for you just because I just want to get this off of here. There. Okay. So we'll track those for you. Apparently, they think these storms are strong enough to produce severe weather. They don't look that impressive to me. I mean, you got 6 lightning strikes there. I want to look at wind and just see if there's. They obviously have some strong winds there, but in the Cleveland area here. But I don't know. So we'll continue to watch those for you. But this whole area here, I mean, they're just protecting for this line, okay, guys? You see the line here. There's the line. So out ahead of it, they've issued all these severe thunderstorm warnings. And these are till 1 p.m. So that's how quickly they think this stuff is going to move in. Why don't you check with maybe maybe go over to check the whatever that is on the other screen. I call it Slack to see what, or put it up here, whatever. See what Cleveland's saying about these warnings.
I got you.
We're going to check and try to figure out why they're issuing these warnings. There must be some wind involved, so I want to check that out. All right. Wait, what? All right. Well, now they're calling it a destructive thunderstorm warning. Is that down south? Okay, so that's the one in Ohio. The ones up here are your traditional severe thunderstorm warnings. So they're expecting a lot of wind with this line. But again, you guys can see where it is. It's well west of here. Now they are moving quickly, and we'll track them for you. Hello, Stephanie Rainwright. Link, good to see you. Yeah, that's it. National Weather Service chat. Thanks, Brian. Hello, John out in Warren. Yeah, winds are strong, but the line that would have damaging winds is way back here. My producer, assignment editor. Power lines?
Power lines and trees are down on Route 19 and 6N.
Okay.
No idea when it's going to reopen. Kind of like is on its way.
Route 19 and 6N are closed. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay. Route 19 and 6N closed. trees and lines down. Is it 19 or 99?
He said 19,
Okay.
going into Edinburgh.
All right. All right. We can check that out. So that's the latest. This is the first. Hi, Kelly from Waterford. Hello, Julie. So we do have some power lines down in South Erie County, but like I was saying, the storms are all out here. So that's just from the wind. Okay. So let me go back and try to clean this up first of all. And let me take a look at the Edinburgh camera. That might be good. Maybe we can see something there. We'll continue to monitor this stuff here as it moves eastward. I'll get back to that in a second. But for now, I just want to go to Edinburgh 6N and 99 and see if I can see something. Okay. All right. We're just gonna look there. I think the report was 6N and 19, which of course is to the east of downtown Edinburgh. So I'm gonna look just in case it was you know a wrong number there. We can spin it around and look at 6N and 99 here. But the report is for power lines down, and obviously they've closed the road down there. So that's 6N and 99. So the power lines are down at 6N and 19, Southern Erie County. All right. But there's Edinburgh, and it looks okay for now, at least at that intersection. All right. So back to here we go, and back to the radar we go. So they continue to issue these severe thunderstorm warnings. So let's track. Now remember, these things are at this point, the warnings themselves are, like 50 miles to our west. The storms themselves are, let me go back. Oh my gosh, come on, Tom. The storms themselves are, more like 85 miles to the west. If I kept on this trajectory, the line would, they're coming in from the southwest. That's 102 miles. We do have some red skits on them, and we'll take a look at those just to see how quick the government estimates. Still moving at 52 miles an hour. So these things, if they held together, would be here in the next couple hours. So they do have warnings on them. So we will continue to track them and see how strong winds are. Maybe checking that out in the Cleveland area. Why don't you get like the ASOS from Cleveland or something? See if we can see how high the winds are blowing out there. You can use those 5-minute obs and just switch it over to CLE, because that's where the storms are going through right now. So, and again, we had that camera out there in Cleveland, so that might be a good idea to check out, right? Because then we could see. You can get it from NWS CLE if you use point and click and just go to something close to Erie. It'll bring up Erie, and then to the right it'll say 3-day history. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, now just go to their point and click. No, go back. Go to the back. Click right up here, and then over here it'll go back to 3-day history, and then you can change that. I see. That's just, that's the hourlies. I'm sorry, I don't have. Let me see if I have that on there, Jake. Let me just check it. Just doing a little work here with Jacob.
I can never find this.
Yeah, we have so much stuff, to be quite honest with you, with weather information these days, and you bookmark them. Sometimes they go away, and and sometimes they get changed or the addresses get changed. So it's okay. Let me try this one. There we go. Okay. All right. So some sunshine in Edinburgh. Thanks for hanging with us here. We're going to go over to Cleveland. Just take a look at their camera again as this stuff is moving through that area.
So
And,
far, highest gusts 52 miles per hour from 9:25 a.m. So
that's not even recent. Okay. So the storms went through the Cleveland area.
we have reached over 40 miles per hour recently.
All right. So they've had some gusts over 40 with this line. And I mean, you guys saw on radar, it is past them, pretty much now. I'll take all that extra stuff off.
Cleveland.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
let's regroup here.
Cleveland. Okay, yeah, they were closer to 50 recently.
All right. So this line is going out the east side of Cleveland. And so far at the airport anyway, the gust to 50. And now if that is all we have to deal with, then we are in pretty good shape. Okay.
And the temperature dropped to 10 degrees.
And of course, behind this, you're going to get the temperature drop. Okay. And then you're in the clear. Then then you don't have to worry about severe weather. Okay. So it's all about getting this line through us. And like we said, it's not severe when it went past the Cleveland airport. So maybe that's something good to look at here. So let me just get their camera one more time and we'll take a look at whether or not anything looks ominous, but it's a camera that's located downtown in Cleveland. So it's really, past that area, which is probably why we saw just the, nasty looking skies, but really nothing too terrible. We'll pull it up here one more time. All right. So we'll track these things as they come across and see if the National Weather Service in Cleveland is still going to maintain these warnings as they come across the area. There's Cleveland. Now they got shake there as you look downtown. I don't know if that's looking north towards the lake or what. It's looking north. Thanks, Jake. So you can see some rain here and you can see some wind, but you could also see some blue skies. And when we verify that with the radar, again, this is Cleveland. So the worst has passed them. And we can do wind with these guys and just kind of query how strong the winds are. So they do have some gusts. And this is about 600 feet off the ground that are very, very strong. So I guess that's why they're issuing these warnings. But so far, so good. Looking for any rotation here and not really seeing a whole lot indicated. You always look on the front side of these lines because that's where something can spin up. They're usually smaller tornadoes, but right now nothing really that definitive there. So we're just dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings for places east of the Cleveland area. All right. And we'll continue to watch those and track them. But I mean, these are, what's amazing to me, guys, is 7 lightning strikes. So these are like low top storms that have some wind in them, but they're more like quick hitters because they are moving fairly quickly and they produce quick gusts of wind, which can do some damage. But right now, I mean, we've gone through this kind of thing before. And at this moment in time, it does not look that impressive to me. All right. And the other thing I want to do before I get back to your questions is just track the quickness of the line so we can estimate that when it's, can arrive in Erie and Crawford counties. So we'll do that for you right now. And so, yeah, I mean, if you look at this over the last hour, 35 strikes go down to 19 in that vicinity. The line moves east at about 30 miles an hour, while the individual storms are moving to the northeast. So again, this is about, an hour and a half, this line from the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, and it's almost 2 hours from Erie, if it continues at that pace. So all we can do right now is just kind of watch it and see if it gets stronger as it comes in. I mean, we can look at things like satellite imagery.
Yeah, cloud cover seems to be a little bit.
Okay, so they're getting some breaks over there. Yeah, why don't you check their little 5-minute ASOS and see what their dew point is. So we are getting some sunshine in here. There's the line with these.
Cleveland's dew point drops to low 50s. Let's take a look at Erie's.
So this is the opportunity right in here. If this heats up enough to fire this line up and make it more intense, then we got something. Here's dew point 57. Why don't you check Ashtabula's? It's HZY. That's their 3-letter identifier. HZY. All right. So their dew point is 57. So you got dew points, in the 50s, and we talk about, when they get above 55, we start to take notice. When they get above 60 or 65, then we're much more concerned. So if these storms are only, at least at this point, punching out 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, then that's a good thing. But we'll continue to watch here and see if this sunshine further destabilizes this line and makes it anywhere more impressive. But right now, although they have issued severe thunderstorm warnings in front of the line, we haven't seen any reports, and we can continue to check our sources for any real damage. Okay, anything destructive, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because that's why they issue warnings, because allegedly they could threaten life and property. All right.
We checked the 70s. Wow.
Who is that?
That's Erie.
So Erie has popped to 72 degrees, and that's why it's sunny at the airport. So that's the thing you got to watch for.
Nobody.
So you're getting some heating, and that's what we. So let me get back to you guys and just hello, Justine. Yeah, yeah, we get on kind of late there. And hello, Mike. Good to see you there. All right. So hey, thanks, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. So you got some power outages in the Cleveland area. Okay. All right. Muggy Air is coming over the area. Thank you, GFS. Good to have you here. Knocking power lines and trees down in Cleveland. All right, that's good to know. So that's what we have to prepare for in our area. Thanks, Kim. Good to hear from you down south. Let's see. All right, self-destructive sunshine. There you go. Well, they put it at a 5% risk right now. So we'll see. All right. Hello, 7-Day. Good to see you. Thank you, Bill. It's good to see you. Illinois, represent. And thanks, Chris. Appreciate you. So let's check some power outages, see what it looks like, especially west of here. So it's kind of a wait and see game right now. Yeah, just go like Penelec. Just Google Penelec and go west into Ohio and see how they're doing. So that's why they got the warnings. We figured out why they have the warnings, okay? Because obviously these have taken down some trees and power lines. Yeah, there's a bunch of power outages in the Cleveland area we're seeing right now. So that seems to be the main concern, is strong damaging winds. Okay. So we're just going to see if it maintains as it comes in here. But in our corridor, right here, we're okay for now. All right. Hello, Travis. Good to see you. Let's see. So we'll just have to watch and see. Not a lot of lightning with these storms. Tornado watch still in effect. No reports of tornadoes. We have tornado nor tornado warnings, but we do have these severe thunderstorm warnings to our west because of very strong winds with this system. So we'll just continue to watch that. All right. Well, hit hard. It depends on if these hold together. If they hold together, then you're gonna see some strong winds and probably some tree limbs and power lines down. Well, I would take boring today any day. All right. So it's a wait and see game, folks, and we will just wait and see as this stuff is still well to the west of us. I'm just going to take a peek outside here. Now, here's the interesting thing to watch. If they start issuing warnings in this corridor up to the PA border, then these things are hanging together. But the next half hour will really tell the tale, because if you look right here into the meat of the line, and I'm going to stop it for a second and then just center this portion, and you can watch in 1 hour what happens. Just pay attention to the yellows and reds here. You see how they're weakening somewhat? They're very strong over here, and now they're not as linear. Okay, they're starting to break apart and become what we call more cellular. If that continues, then we know the line is weakening. But too early to tell if that's a trend or if it's just an anomaly. So that's what we got to do. We just got to watch this stuff and field the reports from the places where the storms are going through right now. Get an idea of whether this thing is holding together. And we'll know if it's holding together if they do issue another line of warnings for these counties. Okay. So it's almost 12:30, and these guys are in effect until 1 p.m. So we'll see if they issue another bunch over here. All right. All right. Let me check back with you guys, and we'll see if anything else is going on. Let's see. DJ, good to see you. You're welcome. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Ariel. Linda Loop, good to see you. James Pearson, awesome. Great to have all of you aboard. So we're just kind of sitting here. We're kind of in a lull. We may take a break here just to catch my breath or whatever, but I'm going to stick with you for a few minutes and just see if we can garner any more information. And of course, if these things are holding together and they continue to take down trees and power lines, we'll be back on here and on other sources, other platforms to give you the latest. But that's the thing right now. I just want to see if these are weakening or strengthening at all. Still got some time to get through here. Hi, Brian. Yeah, I can see that little line there, but it is to your south. It's going more towards Mercer right now, but it could pop up into Crawford County. So we'll continue to watch that. I know what you're doing here. I know what you're talking about. Let me just look at this little thing right here. Yeah, that's a little area of concern. This little, yeah, gotcha. 'Cause that's just kind of probably developed out in the heating, and that's headed into Ashtabula County. So some interesting things going on here. All right. So you guys got any more questions, comments, ideas? You're welcome, Amy. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, we'll just continue to see if these things develop, and if the wind strength remains the same, and certainly monitor for any spin ups or twisting of the atmosphere.
I'll get playing on like a Vivo with like the next hour.
Okay. Hey, Joe, we're a little busy, but we're okay. Yeah, and I'm with you there, Bill. I'm with you there. Just got to ride it out. We got a couple more hours to go here. You got to get this line over here past you, because once you get this past you, then everything stabilizes, the temperature drops, and the storm threat goes away. It just gets cooler, you know. What was the sky condition over in Ashtabula?
At this moment.
Yeah, if you could go back to that ASOS or whatever it is, the 5 minute.
Still broken cloud cover.
Broken clouds. Okay.
The visible satellite. So if I go to contact ops, HCY.
All right.
View, scanner PM. No overcast at this moment.
And again, there's your breaks in the clouds, right there between Erie and Ashtabula.
What just developed north of I-80, like near Warren, Ohio. Yeah, there was a break like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Cloud cover. There's currently a breaking cloud cover over near Conneaut Lake, maybe the Pine-Tuning Reservoir. And moisture fluxes seem to be increasing from the south, so I would.
Yep, we got to watch it. Yeah, we're getting little slivers of sunshine and heating. I mean, Erie Airport temperature went up to 72. So that's what we're looking at right now. That's what we're going to have to monitor, basically. And just a quick peek. My crew is here. There is Craig, and there is Jacob. Wave at him. So we're all here. We're all watching stuff, drinking our coffee, and on the phones, and looking at data for you. There you go. All right. Nick, great to have you on there. And so this is just what we call nowcasting. It's not really forecasting because it's so close. You're just watching everything mile by mile as it develops to determine whether or not it's going to be severe in our area. So, and as Thomas Carlucci was saying, probably just pulsing. We'll see if, we can isolate these storms down here out ahead of the line and see if they start, having some lightning increase. You're looking at two areas here. I changed the color on this pen to make it a little brighter. Yeah, two areas. One here, because this is where you're starting to get more sunshine, right? So this is where it's heating and destabilizing. And so we watch these areas just to see if these storms are growing or just pulsing, as Thomas Carlucci was saying. The one to the west, this is still over Ohio. The one to the west here, this is the Pennsylvania-Ohio border right there. So the one to Ohio seems to have, doesn't have lightning with it yet. This one down here south of 80. And again, the reason we watch it is because these are moving to the northeast. So, you know, they can still come up, right? It's green, so that's good. But, you know, on the trajectory, this could hit the east side of Meadville. And we have to determine whether it's going to be severe or not. Okay. And we watch the whole line. Now, these are all turning out green, which is a good sign. But they still must have their winds, some winds with them to be, you know, to have these warnings still in place there. Check some winds here. So again, these are what we call off the deck. These are, you know, 1,000 feet up by the time the beam gets to them, but they can be transferred down. Okay, so there's still some strong winds, and now we have a little bit of a warning, I believe. So hang on here. We're going to talk about what that is. Marine. Okay. Thanks, Craig. So now we have a marine warning. And we'll put that up there for you. Hopefully you're not out and about in a boot. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah, why don't you do that? Thanks. Yeah, okay, so there's a marine warning right here. So they put it along the entire length of the shoreline here.
It's not a severe thunderstorm warning.
It's not a severe thunderstorm warning. It is, well, small craft advisory for starters. Canton, Akron.
So 70 miles per hour.
Okay. Well, that is a good find. Yeah, so what we've got reported here is 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts from this storm down here in Canton, Akron. Now the trajectory is towards Grove City. See, this is down here where they've got better heating, or at least stronger storms at this hour. So that is a good thing. See all the lightning strikes down here. Now we're looking from Meadville south and west. So this storm, all right, that's good. So this storm would be moving like south of Oil City, okay? But Craig just noted that they had a 70-mile-an-hour wind gust with it. So that one's moving like that if it holds together. And that's why it has the red on it. Now these guys are green up here. So we'll see if they, and you see once I pull it back up, there's a lot less lightning. But we have to watch the whole area because they are moving north-northeast as well as east. All right, so Jacob's suggesting we do a little camera at Conneaut Lake. Say ho to Craig from my wife, Angie. Brian Fitzpatrick.
Hello, how are you?
Craig says hello. How are you? It's that storm down by that I just showed you, Jennifer. All right. Yeah, well, just take a deep breath for now. You're welcome, Grace. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at a couple of weather cameras here, just to take a look. All right, so we're going to get out of Cleveland, and you can see the blue skies developing there. which is nice. We'll take it back to a couple of local ones here, Meadville and Conneaut Lake, because we're looking to the south and west to see if the clouds are building and maybe how ominous they look. So Jacob's turned the camera around, so we're going to go from Cleveland to Meadville, and obviously darker. And we'll go to Conneaut Lake next, looking over the trees and the power lines. So, darker, grayer clouds in those areas. That's what you expect because the rain clouds are getting closer. All right. So we continue to wait. We continue to watch. But it looks like, again, the northern edge of the line. Let me get these off of here for you guys. Northern section of the line here. The lightning is taking place from the with these southern storms mainly. Okay. It is not as impressive up here. All right. All right. All right. Okay, we'll keep an eye down there, GFS, for you. Yeah, it looks like one's, just developed to your east. You're in Franklin. Looks like one's hanging out over Oil City right there. Good little storm, not severe. So we got to watch to your southwest, of course, this stuff down here.
Yeah.
All right. So these things are okay. You got Conneaut Lake. Okay, thanks a lot, Chris. We appreciate that. And we got another little something happening here. Okay.
3/4 inch tail into 70.
Okay. All right. They've issued a warning for Ashtabula. You want to hit the crawls, and okay. So there it is. They've moved the whole line eastward. Okay, the whole line of warning. So now they are up to the PA border. So these warnings are in effect till 1:45. So like we were saying, probably around 2 o'clock, they're going to start to get in here. And these are for 3/4 inch hail, which is not severe, but 70-mile-per-hour winds, which is severe. So we'll track what's going on here. So you guys, especially if you're in the West County, thinking about Western Crawford, Erie, and down to Mercer County, and certainly if you're viewing us from Ashtabula or Trumbull County, you just want to be in a safe place. Apparently, this line is still capable of producing wind gusts that can obviously take down tree limbs and power lines and cause power outages and blow a lot of things around. So we'll just continue to watch it and see if they advance these things eastward. All right. So that is where we are, and that is what we're looking at right now. Listening to the warning. Okay, these things are trucking. So what we'll do is we'll look at these things as they go through Ashtabula and see what kind of wind gusts they're producing. Beautiful. All right. Thanks all you guys. It's just a wait and see thing. And right now, the warnings are to our west so far, but certainly they can be kicked in for Erie and Crawford next. But right now, they're still in Ohio. Yeah, let us know how it goes out there in Conneaut. Thanks, Travis. All right. All right, Jake, you want to just take over for a little bit here? Just talk to him. I'm going to have Jake talk to you for a couple minutes. I'm going to be talking to Craig, so we'll just bring Jake in here, and he can talk to you for a little bit. If you got any questions, just ask him.
Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. I'm here. As we already know, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for all of Ashtabula County as the system continues to move northeastward. Let's take a look at those skits. Let's take a look at those. We can see the movement of the system. Yeah, it's mainly northeastward. A lot of green skits telling us that it seems like it's kind of weakening, but there's a chance it could morph back up, given that there are breaks in cloud cover. Let's take a look at that again. There are still breaks in cloud cover over in Erie County and parts of Crawford County, but with the cloud cover moving over, let's say, Conneaut Lake and Meadville, it seems like things might start weakening a little bit, given that cloud cover. Because with that cloud cover, it gives us a little shield from all the sunshine, from all the warming from the sunshine. It seems like there is a little system right here that seems to be forming just north of the climate tuning reservoir. So that's something worth watching. And that seems to be, given the time lapse, that seems to be, oh, yep. Seems like it's strengthening even more. And it seems to be moving towards an area where there's not as much cloud cover. All right. All right. No questions so far. So I guess I'll continue tracking this system. So yeah, like I mentioned, breaks in cloud cover happening in Erie. We've got a big break happening over Edinburgh, this section of I-79. So that's something worth noting as this little cell right here develops in northwestern Crawford County, just north of the Pymatuning Reservoir. That seems to be moving northeastward towards where there's a break in cloud cover. As for the larger part of the system, that still seems to be impacting northeastern Ohio. Seems like the bulk of the system is also south of Meadville. It seems to be towards the Pittsburgh area where we're seeing a lot of lightning. If we switch over to the Pittsburgh radar, you can see a big bulk of that system now falling over Pittsburgh. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings over that area. Plenty of thunderstorms. Remove the thunderstorm algorithm there, and we can see it doesn't seem like it's just rain. Also seems like there's a chance of hail happening over Pittsburgh. Oh boy. Yeah, 1.5 inch hail. That seems to be pretty severe hail over there. It wouldn't surprise me if the winds down there are also severe. If you look at the base velocity. Just pick a few winds in some areas. Seems like they're getting there. Seems like they're getting into a severe territory. Okay, yeah, seems like we have a 64-mile-per-hour wind north of 76. Okay, now back to Cleveland. Winds seem to be still up there over in Ashtabula. Now this is the base velocity, so these are winds near the surface. Yep, it seems like we got some severe winds happening near Ashtabula. Seem to be making their way into Erie County as well. If we go with the time lapse, yep, moving northeastward into Erie County. We also got this bulge right here. It's not severe at the moment, but it could kick up as it moves into a more cooked part of the atmosphere. Can you track the south end of that little push? Yeah, south end. I feel like I was just there, Brian. If you're referring to the Pittsburgh area. But yeah, I can reiterate what's happening down there. Seems like it's not just heavy rain that's the problem. There's also a chance of hail, up to 1.5 inches. Seems like that's just to the northeast of Pittsburgh, near Etna. Seems to be near Highland Park. Now, if you remember, back in mid-May of last year, there actually was a tornado warning over this section of Allegheny County. Now it seems like it's encountering severe hail, and looks like this end of the system is moving northeastward, as you can see from the time lapse. Seems to be pushing into northwestern Pennsylvania as we speak. Go with that time lapse. See some of the severe weather is pushing to the northeast, maybe even northward. So there's a chance it could reach, much of this could reach Crawford County if it still holds up. But it's going to have to deal with a lot of cloud cover, which is now covering this section of Pennsylvania. So there's a chance it could weaken, but some areas that could strengthen include Erie County, which is still dealing with breaks and cloud cover. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. Back to that little cell that I mentioned in northwestern Crawford County. Seems like it's strengthened even more. We're getting heavier rain associated with that cell. And there are still some breaks in cloud cover, so good chance that it could reach southwestern Erie County and could try to make its way into Fairview as well as Erie. Seems to be brushing past Edinburgh right now. And that is west of Warren, Ohio. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you're talking about where the what is it, the severe thunderstorm warning is. Yeah, if I switch to the Pittsburgh radar, seems like the southern end of the system is generally moving northeastward. Is it encountering a lot of cloud cover though? Yeah, it seems to be moving towards a lot of cloud cover, so there's a good chance that could just weaken by the time it reaches the border. Let's take a look at the skits. I mean, the skits could also tell us if it's actually weakening. At this moment, it doesn't seem like that's the case, but there's still plenty of time. And it seems like in between that system and what we're seeing in the Pittsburgh area right now, there seems to be drier weather too. And associated with that drier weather, some cloud cover too. So if it tries to reach the Pennsylvania border, it's a matter of time whether or not that system will like sustain itself.
Warren is now included in the tornado watch.
So if you overheard Tom saying Warren County is now included within the tornado watch, and that seems to be in effect until 7 p.m. Oh boy. Yeah, this is going to go on for quite some time. Seems like we got enough breaks in the cloud cover within the past hour for something like this to be issued. So yeah, something to watch out for. But it seems like there's a lot of cloud cover within this area right now, so still a matter of time whether or not this system really sustains itself by the time it reaches Warren County. And it seems like part of it is reaching Warren County right now.
Watch is moving east now too. Yeah, thanks for that, Ariel. Watches are moving east now to Warren, PA, add to tornado watch. Not just Warren, also Bradford and Forest County. So something to look out for. I mean, they're not exactly within our direct market area, the area that we look out for when tracking these storms. But they're still worth noting. Yes, they're just outside of the area. So with it moving into just the area that's outside of the area that we record, that tells us that there could be a chance that it could move into the area that we look out for.
What controls are you using here for the call?
Oh,
Is this the page you were operating on?
yes, that was the page.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it.
Okay. It seems like down in Pittsburgh, it's really ramping up. As for the Cleveland radar, back up in our area, it seems like that one cell I mentioned is really ramping up. And looking at the storm relative velocity wind, it seems like there is a difference in wind direction here. We're looking at some reds interacting with greens within that little cell, so that's something to look out for. This seems to be over 6,000 feet up in the air, so we're detecting a bit of rotation high up above Albion, but at the surface in Albion, it seems like it's still just linear. So at this moment, no rotation near the ground. But if you notice any rotation near the ground, feel free to shoot us a picture or just look outside real quickly and notice if there's anything touching down or close to touching down. So heading towards McCain. Something to be alarmed about. I would just keep a close watch. There are strong winds at the surface right now. Let me just pull up this one tool. Seems like they're near hurricane force. Oh boy. Marshall is in Albion now? Okay. I overheard Tom say that our storm chaser, Steve Marshall, could be near Albion right now, so he could give us a little more info. Let's see, high winds right now, maybe a chance of hail. Oops. Seems like it's a chance of a half-inch hail right now, which isn't severe hail at this moment, but still time for things to ramp up. This was an area that experienced breaks in cloud cover earlier. If you go back a bit, yeah, this was 12:30 p.m. Like between noon and 12:30, there were breaks in the cloud cover, so that gave that area enough time to really cook up, to really heat up. And as a result, we're seeing not just heavy rain, but also a chance of maybe some half-inch hail and some high winds too. Base velocity winds. Base velocity we got up to near 60 miles per hour, which is in the severe threshold. Storm relative velocity, this is about 6,500 feet up in the air from the Cleveland radar. We are noticing a bit of rotation that could form at that elevation, but no rotation near the ground just yet, according to what we were seeing from this radar. Looks like something's starting to form south of I-90, towering clouds west towards to the city. Good note there. I mean, in that case, we should probably take a look at a weather camera. I'm gonna pull up the Erie weather camera. Yeah, so this is looking out west from downtown, but it's not exactly west. It seems to be a little northwest. Now, actually, it is west. Maybe the system that's coming towards us is more south, more from the southwest. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely. This is going to take a little while on your end, but from my end, it seems like there's a little bit of darkness there. Yeah, little rain shaft forming to the southwest too. So it seems like that one cell. I feel like that could be that one cell that we've been talking about. Yeah, that could be the one cell over Albion, reaching Girard and Fairview now. That seems to be heading towards downtown Erie, as you can see from right there. Let's pull up the Girard weather camera, see how things are going over there. Winds are picking up. Very cloudy. Let's see. If we flip the camera around, we can probably get a better idea. Because this is facing northeast, so this is facing the opposite direction. If we go towards the Country Fair gas station, we might get a better idea. Oh, great, what now? Okay, seems like we're getting another weather alert. A special marine warning. Okay, so no thunderstorm warning in our area just yet, but with this cell forming near Fairview and Girard, it wouldn't surprise me if we get one anytime soon. Seems like the rain is really falling in Girard right now, as you can see from the weather camera. The winds have been picking up too. Thunder starting to rumble here in Girard. Thanks, Brian, for that comment. Yeah, winds really picking up, getting pretty dark too. Not just thunder, but also some rain. It doesn't seem like there's any hail falling in that area just yet.
Looks like. Yeah, that was special marine warning.
Okay. Hello, Josh. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So what we've been getting from that cell that I've been mentioning before seems to be heading into Girard. Let's take a look at that cell. So yeah, it formed over Albion at first. If we look at this time lapse, started over near Albion, and now it seems to be stretching towards Girard and Fairview. Speaking of which, we might even get another good shot at the airport. Let me go to that weather camera. See what's happening there. Winds are picking up. As for rain, not really getting much. This is looking out southwest.
59-mile-per-hour gust in Meadville.
Okay, Craig said a 59-mile-per-hour wind gust in Meadville.
And it looks like we're gonna go with. This is probably the warning for
Erie County?
Erie, I would say. Hold on, confirmation.
Yes. There's now a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Erie County and Crawford County until 2:30 p.m. It seems like that cell that I've always been I've been talking about since I took the stage here is contributing to that severe thunderstorm warning. So it looks like heavy rain showers happening near Fairview. I feel like the radio that we have is now talking about that line of thunderstorms forming. Let's take a look at those thunderstorms. Yeah, it seems like there are thunderstorms forming in that system. Some heavy rain, maybe a chance of a half-inch hail near Albion. Base velocity, we can see winds near the ground, 69 miles per hour. We got 41 there, 57, 54. So mainly between 50 and 60 mile per hour winds. Not detecting a whole lot of rotation right now, not even at the higher levels. Oh, looks like it updated. Okay, so it seems like at 7,000 feet up in the air, might be a little bit of rotation. But no rotation near the ground. It seems like it's still winds blowing away from the Cleveland radar. In other words, southwesterly winds. And west-southwesterly winds. Might as well look at those weather cameras just to see how much that system is really ramping up. So we've got some dark clouds over the airport, or at least just outside the airport. Gerard right now, it seems like it really picked up. Okay, the winds are picking up, the rain's falling a little harder. Looking southwest from downtown Erie, you can really see that rain shaft, which is falling over Gerard right now, heading towards, or at least near, downtown Erie. Going back to the reflectivity, seems like we got some thunder striking the ground. If you see some blue lightning strikes, well, that means it's just cloud-to-cloud lightning not touching the ground. In other words, negative lightning strikes. Positive is represented by the yellow, and those strikes actually are touching the ground. We got a report of that near Fairview. 2 positive strikes within what we're seeing right now. 1 near Fairview and 1 over the lake. So yeah, you want to look out for that, especially if you live near Fairview or near downtown Erie, given that this system is heading towards downtown right now. Starting to thunder in Corey. Oh boy. Yeah, down in Corey, we can see some lightning strikes. Right now, it's just cloud to cloud. No lightning strikes touching the ground. But we do have a little cell moving near Corey at this moment. Something to look out for. If I go to the State College radar, you might get a better view of that. Yeah. Seems like at the Crawford-Warren County border, some heavy rain seems to be picking up. As for winds, they're mainly linear near the ground. Some high-level rotation. This is actually over 10,000 feet above the ground. You might not really get a lot of rotation near the ground given how rough the terrain is. But you might get rotation near Erie County. There's a higher chance of that happening near the ground given that the terrain is a little more flat. So yeah, something to look out for. Still under a tornado watch though, no tornado warning. So that tells us no rotation is really happening at the ground just yet, but there is rotation happening high up in the atmosphere. And if the conditions are met, there could be some touchdown. There could be some rotation touching down. But as of now, that's not the case. You just gotta prepare. That's all. Uh-oh, something's wrong with the camera. That's weird. Seems like our camera on Facebook Live, our webcam is down. Tornado warning.
So radar
I got a comment saying National Weather Center just placed tornado warning for Crawford, Erie counties. Tornado warning? I mean, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, but I don't think there's a tornado warning. As of now, we're under a tornado watch, not a warning. A watch just tells us that the conditions are there for maybe a tornado to touch down, but it doesn't tell us that there is rotation at the ground. And as of this moment, we got no reports of rotation near the ground just yet. But there is rotation up high in the air, so you're going to want to prepare. Might want to stay indoors for a little while, just in case. We are getting a little from the storm relative velocity graphic, the storm relative winds. We are getting greens and reds close to each other, so that tells us that there might be a little bit of rotation happening there. So this is towards the radar with the green. This is away from the radar with the red. So Yeah, it seems like there's some rotation forming right now. Because of that. Might as well give a better indication of that. There we go. There we go. That seems to be anticyclonic as well, or clockwise. Normally it would be counterclockwise.
Hey, how's it looking? Where are you? I'm not ready to go on here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
I overheard Tom Atkins is about to go on the air, so if you want to tune into Jet 24, you can watch him there. Thunder heard East Lake Road area a few minutes ago. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Josh. Buffalo and Cleveland, they only have a high wind warning, tornado watch, and severe thunderstorm warning for Erie County, PA. No tornado warning, just a tornado watch. Thanks for pointing that out, Josh. So yeah, tornado watch again tells us that the conditions are there for rotation, but right now the rotation seems to be high up in the air, and there's no rotation touching the ground, at least at this moment, unless someone tells us that there actually is rotation near the ground. But at this moment, it doesn't seem like that's the case. Still, I would prepare. Just look out for high wind gusts. That seems to be the primary threat right now. So if you must go outside, do it as quickly as possible. If you have anything going on outside.
I don't see anything tremendously.
Looking back at that cell, it seems like total number of positive strikes or cloud to ground lightning has increased to 3 near the area, maybe 3 or 4. So yeah, it looks like we got another positive strike just north of Fairview on the lake, just off the lake shore.
Yeah.
But no reports of any cloud to ground lightning in downtown area at this moment. Seems like that linear system is now moving towards downtown Erie.
Just call, okay? If you got anything, just call, okay? All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Airport cam seems to be getting fogged up a bit. Stronger cells seem to be in a line east-northeast of Pittsburgh. Might as well take a look at how that's going right now. Yeah. Switch to the Pittsburgh radar. Let's get rid of this lightning for now. There we go. Yeah, I can see the cell seems to really be ramping up near the Pittsburgh area. Seems like there actually is a tornado warning outside Allegheny County, but not in our area. Seems to make sense given the nature of the system here. It's not just rain. There's also good chance of hail happening.
Oh, yeah, she's going a little bit back to your kid. She's looking for power. I'm gonna tell her.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You out map on the right hand side.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you are. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, so that's happening near the Pittsburgh area, but not in northwestern Pennsylvania. Tornado warning, but as for us, we're still under a tornado watch, indicating that the conditions are there for rotation, but it doesn't tell us that there's rotation at the ground just yet. Still, you're going to want to prepare for something like this. We are definitely getting those high wind gusts.
Okay.
As of now, it seems like we're reaching over 60 miles per hour in areas like near Fairview. So yeah, you must go outside for anything. Just make sure you get it done quickly.
You're all set there.
As the storm continues to ramp up, the winds seem to really be picking up near the ground. Just got done hailing in Albion. Okay. So that's some good news there. Thanks, Nancy, for that. I think there could be some damaged windshields in Leechburg. Yikes. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, if you must go outside, if you have any errands to run, get them done quickly. With these high winds and this heavy rainfall, something bad could happen if you leave your car outside for too long. Take a look at that time lapse. You can also see that this line of thunderstorms and faint rain seems to be diminishing a little bit compared to what it looked like about an hour ago. Look at the skid. There aren't even any skids. Strange. What the? There aren't skids anywhere. Well, in general, it seems like the system is moving to the northeast. Now, behind this line of thunderstorms seems to be another line that is impacting Ashtabula and Conneaut, Ohio. Take a look at the time lapse there. Yeah. Seems like it has a similar intensity to what the system over Fairview and Erie has right now. And that system seems to be heading towards abundant cloud cover. I mean, there seems to be a little break, but doesn't look like that impressive of a break in cloud cover. The more impressive breaks were an hour ago. Cloud cover seems to really be forming over our area. So that's a good sign there. That amount of cloud cover could at least try to prohibit any rapidly intensifying system. Okay, cooled off somewhere, nice. And yeah, with that cloud cover, you can also cool off quite a bit. Seems like the temperatures are really cooling off near Mentor, but Ashtabula, it seems like they're still a little hot. Still in the 60s from Ashtabula up to Erie, so there's still time for the temperature to cool off in this one area. So yeah, I'm still seem to be in like the warm sector of this system, and with that, well, fortunately, it still seems like we're in a hot spot for a sweet spot for some severe weather to form, and that's part of the reason why they issued this severe thunderstorm warning for Erie County, Crawford County, and Ashtabula. And the warning is still in effect until 2:30 p.m. There's a chance of water spouts on the lake. Oh, I'm pretty sure there could be water spouts on the lake. You're going to want to look at the winds for that. Storm relative velocity. So this is about 8,000 feet up. There's rotation there. Base velocity, not seeing much rotation over there on the ground. But given how much moisture is over the lake and very little obstructions there are to cause friction to the wind, wouldn't surprise me if water spouts form over there. Now, if you go to the downtown Erie weather camera, let me just pull that up real quickly, or at least the Bayfront camera. You might check for any water spouts. Yeah, I'm not really noticing any water spouts even from the Bayfront camera. It seems like it's just big dark clouds. Ooh, what now? Yeah. Down to 67 from 70 after the rain. Okay, at least the rain is helping to cool us off. But compared to other parts of the area, it seems like we're still in like the warm sector. Like there's a 65 right there, 64 there, 69, 68, 67. We still seem to be in the upper 60s. But if we go closer to Cleveland, it seems like the temperatures there are dropping down to the 50s. Again, we still have plenty of rain in our area, so that could probably help cool us off. Also, we got plenty of cloud cover too, which could also help cool us off. But the main cooling seems to be happening closer to Cleveland. Yeah. As of now, it seems like the main precipitation type is rain. Not expecting any hail from this system. As for thunder, yeah, we are getting some thunder, but it's mostly cloud and cloud. Looks like some lightning struck down to the ground. Yeah, I meant to say lightning, cloud to cloud. Seems like there's lightning striking the ground near Corey, Spring Creek. Southwest. Looking at the future radar, shows the line extending to Chautauqua and Erie counties in New York State by 2:30 p.m. Just as the line is passing from one county. Yeah, thanks for that input, Josh. Yes, it does seem like it's starting to stretch a little to Chautauqua County right now. And that would make sense as it continues to move towards the northeast. Now, this is quite a linear system. It seems to be oriented north to south. And as it continues to move northeastward, well, seems like much of it could be over Lake Erie pretty soon. What we're seeing right here, this whole system right here, circled in red, seems like given the direction it's moving, it seems like most of it could be over Lake Erie, and we might be dealing with the southern tip. And this system is starting to encounter a lot of cloud cover too. So the chances of it really ramping up might be pretty low given the cloud cover and the rain cold air too, which is a good sign. I really want to pull up skits so we can see how the system is behaving, but it doesn't seem like we're getting any skits right now. Look at that time lapse. It does seem like parts of it are weakening, including that one cell that was impacting Albion earlier. That cell seemed to really weaken. And what is forming over Ashton Beulah, it seemed like it did kick up in intensity a little bit, but it seems like it maxed out not too long ago, and now it seems to be slightly diminishing. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, just keep telling me what you're getting, where you are, what area you're in. Special weather statement for Chautauqua County. Yeah, I guess that tells us that there's potential for there to be severe weather over there. But as of now, it seems like, given that this is a special weather statement, the winds are not severe, but there might be wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. Let me take a look at what the weather service is saying about that.
And we'll show you a couple of cameras, Scott, just to give you an idea of where things sit. Regular program. We are on Jet Fox Erie Facebook page streaming live. If you want to put the coverage, we'll look at these here.
Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour right now in Chautauqua County. Seems like it was tracking a strong thunderstorm 13 miles southwest of Jamestown, moving northeast at 80 miles per hour. And that system, according to the National Weather Service, seems to be what northwestern Warren County is experiencing right now. And yeah, it seems to be moving northeast into Jamestown, Chautauqua County. So yeah, looks like if you have any Chautauqua County people tuning in right now, you're going to want to look out for that. Cooling down in Waterford, winds picking up. All right, well, at least it's cooling down in Waterford. Glad to hear about that. Yeah. And not a lot of breaks in cloud cover, but I did get a report that some skies seem to be clearing in Meadville. Let me take a look at that. Um, But we got power outages in Warren from Ariel. Looks like the sun is trying to come out in some parts, but it's still very cloudy. The clouds still look very dark. All right, back to satellite. Well, still plenty of cloud cover over the area, and that system seems to be heading towards all that cloud cover. So it's a matter of time how the system behaves as it crosses into that part of the area. Looks like Forest County is now under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15 p.m. Oh, Chautauqua County just got under a severe thunderstorm warning. Seems like the wind gusts picked up by the time that system moved into the county. Severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts now in Chautauqua County as this system reaches into areas like Jamestown. Seems like the bulk of it is still 11 miles southwest of Jamestown, now moving northeast at 85 miles per hour. Yeah, with these high damaging winds, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees, as well as some power outages.
Yeah, they're good on short term.
Actually, Phil, one of the long-term goals is like if it was a bigger.
Yeah, seems like much of the rain is leaving Fairview right now, but that next line of showers seems to be moving over the border as we speak. So it seems like round 2 could be on its way. But if we look at the time lapse, you can kind of see this system seems to be a little weaker compared to how it behaved a half hour ago. So I guess that's a good sign. Even if we look at the visible satellite, the cloud cover is still pretty abundant across the area. So hopefully the cloud cover will help shield us from any solar radiation. In other words, it'll help shield us from rising temperatures. If you look at the temperatures right now, they still seem to be in the upper 60s. Oh, looks like we reached the low 70s, Fairview and Erie. All right, looks like it kind of kicked up a little bit, but just to the west, it seems like it's cooling off a bit. 60s over in Ashtabula. Seems like that system could reach Albion at 1:38 p.m., which is about 13 minutes from now. So we might not notice the cool down until like 10 minutes from now. So we'll drop from the 70s down to the 60s by then.
I keep watching Ashtabula, but
yeah, this little cell right here. Let's see. It could reach Fairview by 1:38 p.m. as well. So yeah, about 10 to 15 minutes from now, it seems like that the bulk of this system could impact Fairview, and maybe 20 minutes from now, downtown Erie. By then, we'll probably start to notice a nice cool down from the 70s down to the 60s, thanks to that rain-cooled air. Tom, our camera seems to be off. Our webcam is down.
oh, okay, I know how to do that. 1 second, let's check. All right, gust to 55, Ashtabula. Just doing some quick maintenance here, you guys. Jake's doing a great job. Just want to click on this.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
All right.
Just have to do a little clicks. There we go. All right. Wind picked up like crazy in Waterford. Yeah, it seems like the main threat at this moment is wind speed. Seems like we're getting a little bit of a break from the rain, at least for now, until this line that's now over the border hits our area. Let's take a look at the winds down at the surface. Oh yeah, it seems like they're really picking up near Waterford, like you mentioned. Near hurricane force winds. Oh wow, seems to be at the low end of hurricane force, just south of Erie, near I-90 or along I-90. Do I have the? No, I don't. Let's take a look at how shaky the downtown Erie camera is. Not too shaky right now. What about our tower camera? Well, if we look out west, we'll see that oncoming line of showers. We'll try to pull that up.
So let's see.
There we go. Seems to be looking out west now, and you can see that oncoming line of rain and potential thunderstorms on the way. 58 degrees in Spring Creek right now. Yeah, it seems like if you live over in Warren County, you get the cooler temperatures. Yeah, not as warm if we consider Chautauqua County, Warren County. Huh. Strange. Seems like in my end it's showing us upper 60s. Still in the 70s over in Erie and Fairview. Hemisphere really cooked since then. Must have been an increase in the southerly winds.
Not water.
Oh yeah. Severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Warren. If I just remove anything related to tornadoes. Yeah. It seems like far eastern Warren County is under severe thunderstorm warning right now. Yeah, Sheffield area. If I switch to the State College radar, yeah. Heavy downpours. Got some cloud lightning at this moment. Wind gusts at the ground. Whoops. Not too impressive at this moment, but they could kick up. But yeah, it seems like the main issue is heavy rainfall, maybe even a chance of hail in some parts. Maybe looks like near Sheffield there could be a chance of hail. I think that's ½ inch, no 1 inch. Yeah, a chance of 1 inch hail near Sheffield, outside of just heavy rain. So yeah, got anybody who lives in Sheffield? Just take a precaution.
Oh, they have
Okay, you got that, Jake?
What?
Severe thunderstorm warning for Warren and Messina.
Yeah, I was just mentioning that warning. Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning, eastern. And given the skids that I just pulled out, looks like the system is mainly moving northeastward. And these skids seem to be in the red shade as well. So the system will continue to ramp up as it enters more severe weather territory. Yeah, there is a lot of cloud cover though, so there is a chance it probably could slowly diminish as it continues to move too. But at this moment, it seems to be peaking at its most intense state. So you're gonna want to look out for heavy rain, chance of hail, especially near Sheffield and even near the McKean Warren County border. Okay, it looks like the chance of hail diminished a little bit, but there's still heavy rain within this line, stretching from Sheffield up to far northeastern McKean County, or northwestern McKean County, sorry. Now back to Erie. It seems like Erie's getting a little bit of a break from the rain. Still, we're dealing with high winds. That seems to be near downtown Erie. Looks like it's hurricane force. Oh yeah, hurricane force wind gusts. Also, an approaching system from the Pennsylvania-Ohio border. That system seems to be making its way into Edinburgh, but not until 1:44 p.m. So that's 12 minutes from now. We're going to be looking at this one particular cell right here. We're going to see if that increases in intensity. At this moment, it's kind of hard to tell if it'll ever maintain itself by the time it reaches Edinburgh. But we got 12 minutes, so we'll see how it will behave by then. Just heavy rain here in Pittsfield. How's Bradford looking? Let me switch back to the State College radar and I'll tell you. Bradford at this moment seems to be mostly in the clear, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for most of McKean County right now. And it's mainly because of this oncoming system right here. It seems to be moving northeastward. It could brush past parts of Bradford, Lafayette as well. Let's see. If it ever does reach Bradford, that'll be more than 20 minutes from now. Hard to tell if the system will still be as intense by the time it reaches Bradford. At this moment, it seems to be heading into an area where there's a lot of cloud cover, so there's a chance it might not be as strong by the time it reaches Bradford, but we're still going to keep a close watch on this particular system. Yeah. That's thunder and lightning. Cloud of lightning, mostly. Looks like some lightning touched the ground south of Corey, near Spartansburg. Back to Cleveland radar. Oh wow, looks like a good chunk of New York and the Buffalo areas under a storm watch. Storm watch issued for the Buffalo area, but there's still a severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua County.
Severe thunderstorm watch for Chicago.
That's kind of strange. I guess there's a watch mainly for this line of rain right here. It's now over. It's now seemed to be heading out of the Pennsylvania-Ohio border. Yeah, so maybe that's why they issued a watch.
Yeah, at this point, although we are under a severe thunderstorm warning in Erie and Crawford in Pennsylvania, and don't let your guard down. Craig and I and Jacob were just looking at radars and stuff. It does not look that threatening. I-79 and points west. So, don't let your guard down. There are still gusty winds out there, but it looks like most of the lightning, as you can see on this screen, is more to the east. So that's where they're issuing the watches and warnings more now, which would be for Chautauqua and Warren and down to Forest County. There are no tornado warnings There is a tornado watch,
I-
but all the warnings have been severe thunderstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, tornado watch still in effect for Erie County until I think 4 p.m. Yeah, as well as Crawford County. But it's in effect until 7 p.m. over in Warren County. Yeah, what we're dealing with right now seems to be this line of heavy rain. This line of showers here. But it seems like there are gully watchers doing that. There's no lightning associated with this line. So it seems like that's going to be the only thing we're going to be dealing with within the next hour, thankfully. And it seems like just to the west of this, there's nothing, like no rain. Is there cloud cover though? Yeah, there's a bit of cloud cover, breaks in the cloud cover, but let's take a look at the temperatures. The temperatures over there have dropped down to the 50s. Yeah, so even with the breaks in the cloud cover, it might not be enough to really revamp anything. As for us, we're still in the 70s, so yeah, there's still a chance for things to for severe weather to sustain as it enters a warmer sector. But the lower temperatures are making their way into our area. So you can take a look from this time lapse. More of the green seems to be entering northeastern Ohio, and then us next. And by us, I mean northwestern Pennsylvania. But yeah, we're still in the 70s up here. We'll soon drop down to the 50s once all this rain moves out of the way. As of now, it seems like the rain is moving into Girard, into Albion. No sign of any hail forming there. Anybody in Warren County, if you want to share anything from down there, feel free to.
At 120.
What is worse, watch or warning? Can you explain the difference? So a warning would be worse. As for a watch, the ingredients are there for severe weather to really happen or for like a tornado to happen. As for the case of a tornado, you got rotation happening high up in the atmosphere. You got the rotation, which is a necessary ingredient. You also got a temperature difference from the ground up. That's another ingredient. But even though the ingredients are there, the tornado itself has not been formed. So that's what a watch tells us. Now, a warning would tell us that a tornado is about to touch down the ground. There is like a lot of rotation happening near the ground, and that's when you want to take immediate action. As for a watch, you just want to prepare because the ingredients are there. And that's our motto. We want to prepare you, not scare you. We just want you to be prepared for any chance of severe weather or any chance of like a tornado touching down. And that's why the watch has been issued, just to help prepare people just in case something bad really happens. But as of now, it seems like we're getting a little bit of a break. And at this moment, we're getting just some cases of heavy rain, periods of heavy rain, high wind gusts too. Let's take a look at that actually. Oh, whoa. That seems to be a little bit of an error. I don't really think that's actually a wind that's happening right now, or wind gust. That seems more realistic. 50s, even 40s. Yeah, so seems like it's just underneath the severe weather threshold. But still ramp up, given that it's that this system is moving towards an area of temperatures in the 70s. So we got cooler air interacting with warmer air. And when those two air masses collide, could get a little bit of lift in between those two air masses, which will give us some of this heavier rain. Light rain, 57 degrees in Spring Creek. Okay. Oh, nice. It seems like much of Warren County seems to be getting some light rain. The heavier rain, I feel like, is still out to the east. Switch the radar there. Yeah. It says like Pittsfield might be getting a little bit of heavy rain. Maybe moderate heavy rain. Heavier rain still seems to be near Sheffield, the Sheffield area. Seems to be entering part of McKean County right now. Could reach Bradford County within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Let me take a look at that. Did I say Bradford County? Just Bradford.
So you can change.
Scratch that, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Could be getting what Sheffield area is getting right now. That is if it doesn't weaken by the time it reaches Bradford.
But that's the only one.
We are in and out of heavy rain in Pittsfield. All right, that confirms that. Thanks for that, Kirk.
The problem is because the nature of the car varies in time. I don't think it's
Hey, Dorian.
with the so that's the only issue.
Yeah, it seems like it's at its peak over in Warren County. As for us, we're getting a little bit of a break. We are getting another line, but it doesn't seem as bad as what Warren County is getting. And just behind that, a big drop in temperatures.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was about 2:30. I was my little Cindy's. I was looking, I saw that SPC had a marginal. So it's like, I'm like, hold on, 5%. So I'm like, what is going on? Cause the debate. I'm looking, I'm like,
We got just all the people here. We got Dorian, our
hey, how y'all doing, y'all?
and soon to be meteorologist in my heart.
No, thank you very much, Jacob. So as the team here, they've been holding it down. It's just been, gusty outside, a little bit of rain showers in Erie, but most of the action is out there in Warren. So folks out there in Warren, hey, Ron, how you doing? Just stay hunkered down for the next 15, 20 minutes. Let this blow over.
Yeah, and a good point from Cindy too. It's still raining hard in Sheffield.
Oh.
And that aligns very well with what we are seeing on our radar. If I can just pull that up. Yeah, it aligns very well. The Sheffield area, still right here, still raining very hard near Clarendon. And as per here,
Let me just look at something real quick here,
Yeah.
Jake. Just gonna step in. We're talking with our storm tracker, Steve Marshall. This is Cleveland radar. Okay. So we're trying to get him situated as to anything else. But so far so good. Erie, Crawford, Ashtabula. As Jake is probably telling you, the action is east, but always keeping in touch with our guys to make sure they're in the right position to give us the best information. So great job. Keep going.
Yep, the bulk of the severe weather is to our east, like Tom mentioned. Though we are seeing a few cells developing in between Cambridge Springs and Meadville. Yeah, look at that. Seems like things are trying to ramp up as some of the cooler air is interacting with the warmer air. You got those two different air masses colliding with each other. They create what we call convergence, and when those two opposing air masses meet each other, the convergence could lead to a lift. So a lot of moisture lifting up, condensing, and forming what we call rain. And that's what we're seeing right now. Some heavy rain forming as a result. Who was that guy next to me? That was Dorian Churn, our production assistant. But he's basically a weather weenie, much like we are.
Yeah. Future meteorologist, press the camera, man.
Yep.
Big help. Big help.
Hey, do you have any more severe weather tomorrow? Nope. I can guarantee you there won't be severe weather tomorrow. That's going to be far behind us. Sideways rain and major winds here in Conneaut Lake. Ooh. Might as well pull up the Conneaut Lake weather camera.
That's the only thing that scared me. Like that just
Oh wow. Yeah, there is some sideways rain happening in Conneaut Lake now. Whew. Good point there. Yeah, it seems like there's a little system forming over Conneaut Lake. Seems to be moving towards Meadville right now. Let's see. It'll reach Meadville. Really? That long? Guess we'll reach Meadville just less than 20 minutes. That doesn't seem right. I feel like it could reach Meadville earlier than that. Hold on, let me try that again. Really? Is it that slow? Is it really moving that slowly? Yeah, I'm not buying that. I feel like it could happen in like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, if not less. So given this time lapse, it does seem to be weakening a little bit. So maybe just a small burst of moderate to heavy rainfall in Meadville within the next 10 to 20 minutes. Try and get a weather camera for Waterford. Oh, thanks, Adam. That actually would be pretty helpful. Yeah, speaking of Waterford, they seem to be in a little bit of a break right now. But that line of rain does seem to be moving into Waterford as we speak. Doesn't seem to be a very strong line right now. Could be a few periods of heavy rain, but other than that, it seems like it's mostly light rain. Let's see. If this thing right here were to reach Waterford, we reach Waterford at 2:11 p.m., which is less than 25 minutes away. Yeah, so something to watch out for. Winds seem to be picking up a little bit too. 57, 54. So yeah, near the severe threshold, which would be 60 miles per hour. Will the high warning expire at 2? I think it's 2:30.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, 2:30. Looks like there are no more severe thunderstorm warnings in northeastern Ohio. So that tells us that, well, the warning's probably going to expire maybe a little sooner than we thought for Erie County. Yeah, it actually could, depending on how fast the system moves. Let's see. This could move to Wattsburg at 2:15 p.m., which is 25. Yeah. 25 minutes from now? Yeah. 25 minutes from now. Yeah. So yeah, they might actually expire this maybe 10 minutes earlier than originally planned. Wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. Still moving. It's nice that it's moving a little quickly, so we can just get all of these cells of heavy rain showers over with. Seems like that cell of heavy rain is moving into I-79 right now towards Edinburgh. Might as well pull up the Edinburgh camera. Let's make sure this camera's facing to the west so we can get a better look of that oncoming cell of heavy rain. God, this thing is slow. This could take a minute. Okay, we can see the dark clouds in the distance. And stop right there. Now go up. Yeah, some of the darker clouds now moving in. You can really see the trees rumbling together. Yeah, winds are also picking up quite a bit. With this system moving towards Edinburgh, winds are picking up to 50 miles per hour. Seems like rain is entering the Edinburgh area as we speak, along with this cell, which still seems to be over I-79, just west of Edinburgh. Wouldn't surprise me if Edinburgh could get some heavy rain within the next few minutes. But with how fast the system is moving, I'm sure that'll be pretty brief. Yeah, Lori, if you're online, maybe you can give us a little more info. We would really appreciate that. Okay, back to Warren County. Seems like the bulk of that line is now moving out of Sheffield, but there's still a good deal of heavy rain over there. We even got some cloud to ground lightning, positive strikes. Got a few near the Sheffield area. Get this out. There we go. Yeah. Reports of a few lightning strikes hitting the ground. The bulk of the heavier rainfall seems to be moving into western McKean County. Actually, it seems to be getting closer to Bradford. I think I did mention before that close to this time, Bradford would probably be getting some heavy rain. Given that this system is moving north-northeast, it could actually just brush aside Bradford. What we're seeing in purple might not actually reach Bradford, but I'm sure some of the red could actually reach Bradford. Chance of maybe some half-inch hail in western McKean County as well, northwestern McKean County. So anywhere like north of, what is it? Oops. North of, what road is that? State Route 321, yeah. Northwestern McKean County.
Okay. Go back to Erie County just for a second.
Okay.
Just looking is this Cleveland radar? Oh,
No.
Can you put on Cleveland? We're just checking something out. Oh, okay. So we got a gully washer down 7.
And now it looks like the warning has actually expired for Albion. No severe thunderstorm warning. I did mention that it could actually expire a little earlier.
That's good. Just check the wind in here just for a second.
Yeah. Okay. It did kick up to maybe like 50 miles per hour not too long ago. Yeah, okay. And now it's at this moment. Pouring in Meadville a little earlier than anticipated. Yeah, does seem to be pouring in Meadville right now. Edinburgh. Oh wow. Seems like the visibility dropped quite a bit. Yeah, it seems like the heavier rain is falling in Edinburgh. It seems to be falling sideways too. Yeah. Woo! Wind really picked up. Yeah, these are the 50 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts that I was just talking about. Now over to Meadville. Yeah, similar conditions out this way. Some of those cells of heavier rain are now impacting the Meadville as well as the Edinburgh areas. But now it seems like it's moving out as we speak. It seems to be heading out to the northeast. And again, part of the severe thunderstorm warning has expired over in Albion, even in Girard. And it wouldn't surprise me if it expires pretty soon over the rest of Erie County, but still got a bit of time to go. Let's see, this cell could still reach Wattsburg at 2:21 p.m., so that's about 25 minutes from now. And I did mention the warning could expire maybe 10 minutes earlier. At this moment, the warning is still in effect until 2:30 p.m. It will just depend on how much the system revamps. But
They took the warning off Western Erie County.
yes. And could it revamp? Well, it'll depend on the cloud cover. Yeah, it seems like we're getting abundant cloud cover even over eastern Erie County right now. Temperatures at this moment seems like they dropped a little bit. They were in the 70s earlier, but now they're dropping down to the upper 60s. And where the warning expired, we're now in the low 60s over there. That includes Albion, Girard. Heck, some areas closer to the lake shore are now in the upper 50s. And that's just to the west of this line of rain showers. And it seems like we're going to be, Erie soon is going to be west of that line of rain showers as well. Fairview is already entering that kind of territory. But for Erie, seems like the rain might be out by 2:25 p.m. So yeah, maybe 5 minutes before. Yeah, it could expire 5 minutes earlier than expected. The severe thunderstorm warning. No power in Warren. Wow. What causes rain to fall sideways like that? Basically just the high wind gusts at the surface. The rain will catch on to those gusts and just fall sideways. That cell that was impacting Meadville as well as Sangertown seems to be moving northeast out of those areas. Seems to be moving towards Cambridge Springs. Okay, so Cambridge Springs could get their share of heavy rain maybe in the next 15 minutes. Let's say 10 to 15 minutes. Erie could get a quick burst of heavy rain, downtown Erie that is, 2:19 p.m. It's maybe 20 minutes from now, maybe even less than that. I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. Right now it seems like there's light rain falling. All right, we reached 2 p.m. So still another half an hour until this warning is set to expire. But again, it could expire a little earlier, given that western Erie County is no longer within the warning, and the system now kind of diminishing a little bit. Yeah, look at this time lapse. You can definitely see how much the system has weakened a bit. If you go back, let's say to 1:40 p.m., you can see multiple cells of heavy rain showers. Those same cells are right here. Right here. Not really seeing much of the red anymore. And that tells us that it's entering a a slightly cooler area with more cloud cover. The cloud cover is kind of preventing the atmosphere from really cooking up, from really heating up. It seems like some of those. Oh wow, looks like those heavy rain showers that were meant to go to the downtown area are weakening right now. Is McKean County still a different story? Yeah. Well, it seems like much of the heavier rain is now moving out of the Sheffield area, but still impacting East Sheffield. But now it seems like it's really impacting McKean County as we speak. There are tornado warnings issued just east of our area too. Good. East southeast of our area. Let's just hope it stays that way. Although I do want to send a few prayers to people who are like near Clearfield right now, close to State College, because there could be a rotation forming near the ground over there. As for our area, well, it seems like things are winding down quite a bit, so that's some good news there. My camera's off again. There it is. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah. So the line of rain showers that we've been experiencing in Erie and Crawford County within the past hour, seems like that line is weakening as we speak. Wouldn't surprise me if they expired the severe thunderstorm warning a little earlier than planned. Looks like part of it has already expired in far western Erie County, including Albion, Girard, Patia. Yeah, the system is really weakening right now. As for the winds, well, we're still getting cases of wind speeds up to, or wind gusts up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that could, that itself could keep us under a severe thunderstorm warning until maybe 2:30 p.m. Although behind those wind gusts, it seems like to the west, any remaining wind gusts near Erie, Fairview, they seem to be diminishing down to 40 to 50 miles per hour. So even the wind gusts are slowing down as that system continues to move to the northeast. So we're being met with, yeah, we're being greeted to diminishing chances of severe weather right now. Seems like the bulk of the severe weather, what we're seeing right now, seems to be moving to the east, maybe up to near northeast.
They got a little burst of something down there, maybe a small micro.
Oh yeah, I did mention before Cambridge Springs could be dealing with some heavy rain. Seems like a little burst right there.
Took some trees down.
Oh wow, two trees down.
Oh, in Edinburgh area. So, is that do a little quick check if you don't mind? Well, that's a different one because that one went up northeast and dissipated. So watch that one.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not just the wind gusts. There are also a few cells of heavy rain showers, maybe a few bursts of heavy rain showers, still trying to make their way from Crawford County into Erie County. So something like that can still keep us in a warning until 2:30 p.m. as well. I was fuzzy a little while ago. I guess not really that fuzzy right now. So yeah, we're gonna keep a close watch on this little burst that seems to be moving out of Cambridge Springs right now. So yeah, some heavy rain out that way. As for wind gusts, we got 40 to 50 miles per hour.
Down there, Edinburgh just had a little burst.
Okay. Well, it seems like the wind gusts are all like
People are calling it reporting trees down in it.
All right, we are getting reports that trees are falling down near Edinburgh, near Cambridge Springs, as a result of these little bursts of heavy rain and high winds. As of now, the rain is heavy. The winds, well, they seem to be diminishing within that little burst, but just outside that burst, ahead of the burst, we're still seeing wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour. So it seems like the higher winds are just ahead of that low burst of heavy rain. So it wouldn't surprise me if some damaged trees could happen within this area right here, just outside of Cambridge Springs. But it seems like the winds are dying down now in Cambridge Springs, so I wouldn't expect too many more trees to be damaged to fall. Can you widen out to show Oil City area? Sure. Okay, so Oil City seems to be under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2:45 p.m. As for Oil City, it doesn't seem like a lot of heavy rain right now, if any rain at all. And for winds, wind gusts, yeah. Keep in mind the negative means a different direction, an opposite direction. You're still at 20 to 30 miles per hour, though. Doesn't seem like anything too severe is happening in Oil City as we speak. Now, that one microburst that occurred in Cambridge Springs seems to be heading into Mill Village right now. But it could brush past Waterford. I think the wind gust just ahead. Yeah, the wind gust just ahead of that little microburst seem to be blowing at 50 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour. Seems to be like a little outflow burst of wind gusts. And that seems to be heading into Union City right now. If you've got any Union City people, if you want to report the wind gusts over there, feel free to. No rain at this moment in Union City, but the winds will eventually pick up. Then that could be followed by a brief burst of slightly heavy rain. Platia has a structure fire. Oh boy, and the winds are not going to help. Go to Platia. There it is. Well, not picking up any high wind gusts at Platia right now. But the nearest wind gusts seem to be brewing up 40 to 50 miles per hour, maybe 50 to 60 miles per hour. So I guess there could be some high wind gusts near Platia as well. High wind gusts just like that. Okay, so it looks like that little burst of heavy rain seems to be moving closer to Union City. If it actually reaches Union City, I'd say 10 to 20 minutes. Maybe even earlier than that. Right now, it seems like the winds are a bigger issue than the rain in Union City. Kicked up to over 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Is it going to hit northeast? Well, Crystal, it looks like we are experiencing high wind gusts over in northeast. And with those high wind gusts, well, maybe rain could soon follow. But it doesn't look like the rain is that heavy over in northeast. Oh, and it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning has expired for downtown Erie as well as Edinburgh. So it looks like we're in the clear there, but far eastern Erie County still has to deal with high wind gusts and some rain. It seems like it's mainly the damaging winds that are gonna be an issue for this part of Erie County. So you must go outdoors. Do it as quickly as possible if you have any errands that you must run. Just be sure to seek shelter with these high wind gusts. Beware of damaging trees, broken power lines, Yeah, it seems like the high wind gusts are happening near Northeast as well as Harbor Creek, as well as Union City. So it seems to be stretching from Union City all the way to Northeast. Could be entering Corey pretty soon. Let's see. Yeah, could be entering Corey within the next 20 to 25 minutes, given the speed of this system. Was windy in was windy in Union City, but now just calm. Okay, cool. The range is hitting northeast. Okay, is it heavy at all? Is it just as bad as the wind up there? If you go back to Warren, it seems like there's still moderate to heavy rainfall over here in Warren County, even in the Sheffield area. It seems like the heaviest rain has moved all the way over to McKean County, which really is not in our area. As of winds, well, those seem to be diminishing quite a bit too. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County kind of expires a little earlier than planned. So yeah, it seems like the higher wind gusts are still over in eastern Erie County. Yeah, still getting the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe even up to 70 at times near Union City. Northeast seems to be slowing down a little bit, huh?
With that line, we have a camera at St. Mary's. You might want to check that out. It looks like a shelf cloud is approaching there.
St. Mary's.
Yeah, just go
Okay.
to browse.
Tom Atkins just mentioned weather camera in St. Mary's.
Yeah,
there could
right.
be a shelf cloud.
No, go back. It's right there. No.
Isn't that just the one thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread the map. You're right. It's further southeast. Right there.
Oh, okay.
On that one. See that? Look at that.
Okay.
What a dramatic view. They got that
Play out.
QS.
Channel.
We're talking deep meteorology here.
Yeah.
No way.
Hold on, it's coming up.
Squall lines.
Here it is.
You can see it.
This is over St. Mary's. You can see the wind's really picking up just ahead of that shelf cloud. Yeah. Yeah, you got the shelf cloud. You got some virga, so that's some moisture hanging on the bottom end of the cloud. Got some moisture really seeping through, and that could help enhance the intensity of the rain. You've got some rain shafts in the background over there. So yeah, St. Mary's is in for quite a treat. As for us, well, going over to the Bayfront, seems like winds might actually be dying down a little bit. Even the rain's dying down. Off and on, just windy, making it look worse than it is. Okay, so it's mainly the wind that's the issue in Northeast right now. Thank you for that, Crystal. Yeah. It seems like this warning will still be in effect thanks to the high wind gusts, but it's not so much the rain. Hey Tom, you want to hop back on?
What's that?
Would you like to hop back on, or?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Give me 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
See if you get some pictures.
Looks like the warning for Chautauqua County has expired early. Or was it set to expire at 2:15? It was set to expire at 2:15. Never mind. So yeah, looks like it actually expired at the scheduled time. But there is a severe thunderstorm watch still issued for Chautauqua County. Much like a tornado watch, ingredients are there for maybe high damaging winds and heavy rain. But that doesn't mean that they're happening. Now, if there's a warning, that would tell us that it is likely going to happen. But as of now, the ingredients are there, so you should just prepare for another round of severe weather. But given what we were seeing to the west of this system, I don't really think we're gonna get any more severe weather for quite a while. I mean, if you look at the national radar, yeah, it seems like anything west of that line doesn't seem like there's anything impressive there. So I guess I would just worry about high winds. Right now, the rain seems to be diminishing. Okay. Well, Cleveland canceled the tornado watch early. That could be a possibility. I
That
mean,
is a possibility.
yeah. It seems like even the wind gusts are dying down by the time this are dying down with the system moving over to the east. So yeah, that could be a possibility. Yeah, even the storm winds seem to be diminishing.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look at a time lapse of what we've been dealing with within the past hour.
So if you were like,
That system has been diminishing within the past hour. It was really strong over in northeastern Ohio. By the time it reached eastern Erie County, it seems like it really diminished to maybe just a brief period of moderate rain, mostly light rain. The higher wind gusts still seem to be near Wattsburg, seem to be heading into Corey, so prepare for a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust that could lead to damaging winds, falling tree branches, power outages, broken power lines, much of what other parts of our area have been experiencing. How are the power outages in Erie? Seems like there's just a few.
Yeah, I think we got off easy. Yeah.
Looks like we got off even with those power outages compared to Cleveland. And later tonight, yep, I'll be in here all night. You can catch me on Jet 24 Action News at 6 p.m., Fox 66 at 10, and Jet 24 at 11. All right, so looks like there's still another 10 minutes until this warning expires. But as of now, it seems like the main threat is damaging winds. We got like 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe even 70. Over in far eastern Erie County, close to Corey. Got some high wind gusts south of northeast along I-86. Those wind gusts seem to be moving into Chautauqua County right now. As for rain, well, looks like that's diminishing to just light rain. That's some good news right there. So yeah, it looks like the warning will expire soon, maybe sooner than planned. Power went out, but came right back on. That's some good news there. Yeah, looks like things are calming down at the Bayfront. Things should be calming down over Edinburgh too. I'm sure it looks pretty damp over there. Yeah, things have calmed down there. That being said, things should have calmed down over in Meadville. Yep. Yeah, there might still be some high winds at times, but we seem to be in the clear. Got some flat clouds. Yeah, it looks like I believe this is looking out southwest or south. Got some clearing in the distance. Oh, hello. Tornado watch still in effect until 4 p.m., but I feel like there could be a chance it could expire earlier, given that anything west of this system, there's just nothing. Even the national radar is not showing anything to the west of this system. Right now, we're just dealing with some light rain and high winds too. Wind gusts maybe up to 50 to 60 miles per hour, maybe even up to 70 miles per hour in some cases. Yeah, just some high wind gusts stretching from near Corey up to northeast. But even that seems to be moving into Chautauqua County now as we speak. Hello, Harrison and Lily. If you're joining us right now, we are, well, pretty much at the tail end of the system. If you're in Erie County, that is. If you're in Warren County, well, things could still be a little nasty, especially over in the Sheffield area. But even that seems to be moving out. The bulk of this system is now over McKean County, and it seems like it's just east of Chautauqua County as well. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for far eastern Erie County, but that's going to expire real soon, given that we're dealing with some light rain and just some.
I think they've already canceled it.
Did they already cancel it? Oh, there are still some high wind gusts over in this area from Wattsburg to northeast. But even that seems to be moving into Chautauqua County now. Oh, you're in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh was dealing with some pretty nasty weather earlier, but if you go down to the Pittsburgh area, it seems like things have cleared out a bit. Well, unless you're referring to areas far northeast of Pittsburgh. But yeah, it seems like Allegheny County is in the clear. No severe thunderstorm warnings out that way, or even tornado watches. Seems like all of that has expired. Never got anything big in Harbor Creek, just some wind and light rain. Good. Yeah, it seemed like we were in the clear from the very heavy rain. We just had to deal with high winds. And that resulted in the rain falling sideways. On this computer, I don't think so. I'm just going to open my email.
Okay, Jay.
All right.
We'll just do a quick wrap up if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I opened up my my email if you want.
Are you off? Or you're still on?
I'm still on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, if you want to wrap
Yeah, take a break. Okay, guys, just going to do a little wrap up here. Thanks so much for all of you being here, but I'll just take a quick look at things. Yeah, I mean, Jake did a great job of covering things, and thankfully, we're not getting anything that looks alarming. We did get some calls into the newsroom of some damage down in the Edinburgh area. So I think it's like tree damage, and that's to be expected. So Let me see. Harrison, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. So he's got you on the velocity thing because that's basically what the biggest concern was from this. So there have been some pockets of trees down. Let's see. Leo, Kane, thank you. Yeah, now that's a worse situation. So let me pop this thing out and just take a look at that for a second. Thanks, Les, for being here. I'm sure, Corman, he showed you your St. Mary's camera, and that was looking pretty ominous. Yeah, Harrison, you down in Pittsburgh? Cheryl, yeah, Kane, you have a severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like that's still going on, but let me grab control of the radar here, and we shall take a look and just, like I say, kind of wrap things up. Kimberly, I don't think you have a whole lot to worry about in Crawford County. There was a kind of quick burst there by Cambridge. I'm not sure exactly where you're located, but I'm going to get this together and just pick out some stuff here. Yes, it looks like everything is exiting into Chautauqua, and one little hit there by Corey. Okay, and I'm going to give you a full screen here. You're welcome, Prodigal. Good to have you here. Thank you for your support. Susan, what county are you in? Because they're starting to clear stuff here. Looks like they've cleared Ohio from the tornado watch. All right, anything else? Yeah, it's moving out of Northeast. It's pretty much moved out of Erie County except for Corey. Yeah, John, I'm glad it was a quick thing. Snow? Yeah, you gotta wait till Thursday night or Friday for that. But for now, just getting cooler. Yeah, well, that's the way it's been last year and so far this year. But if you're looking for something stronger, be careful what you wish for. Warren County, yeah, you guys got hit hard. Don't know yet, Adam. They haven't yet. Thanks, John. You're picking up on what our radar is picking up right there, Union City Quarry area. You guys, that looks like the last vestiges of it. Uh, I believe he's still around. But we got a dedicated staff here. You know that. You know that. Yeah, that'll probably be going through pretty quickly. Uh, so, all right, Conneaut Lake got hit. Okay. Albion is not in the tornado watch anymore, so you got that going for you. Rain should have ended in Guys Mills. Mary Kunick, hello. Yeah, it was wicked. Hopefully, it's pretty much done. So, all right, I'm just okay. Oh, Northeast. All right. All right. Now I gotta remember your question. Yeah, I mean, it's technically it's still on. You can see the map here. I'll play with it for a second, but yeah, the red is the tornado watch, the dark red. I don't know why they still have that on there, but they do. So and it's probably because of this right here, because you got some winds. All right, over here. But that'll be gone too. 2:30. It is 2:30. This is going to be. Okay. So the warning's done. The watch is still in effect, but their hope springs eternal that they'll clear these two counties, and then of course this is the main action. I know we got people here from Kane. Jake showed you what went through St. Mary's. That's the wicked stuff there, and that is progressing to the east. And let me just, I'm sorry, I'm changing radars here. I just want to get the best view. So, you guys in McKean County, it's east of Kane. You're probably just getting some heavy rain there. It's east of St. Mary's. It's east of Clearfield. So we'll, thank you, bud. We'll see you later, possibly. And Mr. Flint has left the building. So things are looking good, or looking better. But again, you guys out here just east of Bradford, you know, you're going to have to hang on if you're anywhere in this area. Then you get some heavy rain, and then it ends. Okay, because that's the area of concern. We got anybody out here still? Maybe in Potter County or Eastern McKean County or Elk County. Any of you guys with us from those areas? Let me know. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cornman. Yeah, odds are, Michelle, that it's they will clear us, but they haven't yet. Tidiute, okay, yeah, the worst is east of you. Thanks for that report. Appreciate that. Yeah, you're just getting some rain there. You can see it. I'm putting it right up here. Here's you guys in Tidiute, and you're like on the back edge of the rain. All the nasty stuff is to your east. And had it been 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something, it would have been worse too. But thank God it was a morning thing or early afternoon thing. You're welcome, Mary. Mary, good to have you with us. So just looking around here. Yeah, if I've got anybody in Eastern McKean, Eastern Elk County, maybe out to Potter County, down to the Clearfield area where there is that tornado warning. Now, we don't know if anything's on the ground, but you can see where that is. It's just Clearfield, really out into the forest here, places that are just small towns and things like that. So that is going on until 3. But again, when it's the red polygon, it's not confirmed that it's on the ground. It's a radar indicated thing, and this stuff over here is just it's nasty in and of itself. Okay, whenever you see these purples, so there you go. All right, so a quick check to the west, to the left, and so if any of you guys are anywhere near that line, let me know if we got any of you on there that are out by that purple line. But you can see there we go, kids. We just got clear to the tornado watch. Good job. Any of you who predicted, Warren, you're still in it, but my gut is that's you're going to go too, or you're going to get cleared. So they have cleared Erie and Crawford, and all the heavy weather is to the east. So that is very good. That is good to hear. So we're looking pretty good. Maybe I'll just do a couple of cameras. And you're welcome, Shelley. Got a great crew here. I'll just do a couple of cameras and then we can wind it down here. So there you are. You're looking at Meadville there. Good job. Thank you. All right. Let me just get control here, and we'll show you a few views, and we'll be on our way. Okay. Let me just go down the list here. We're going to do Bayfront, and dark clouds, but no threat of severe weather. Conneaut Lake. We'll spin it around towards the lake here, just to give you a wider view. And we're already seeing some blue skies as this thing starts to turn around towards the lakeside. It'll be a view to the north. So there are breaks in the clouds. So that's great. Well, it doesn't want to move for me, but there it goes. So Hope Springs Eternal. Cooler air moving in, severe weather moving out to to the east.
You can see some blue skies in the southwest.
Yeah, we're getting some blue skies to the west.
Just the west. That's
Yeah. This is an interesting downtown view. You can see whatever's junk is on the.
I was just looking at the oncoming gusts.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Now you can see some clearing. That's still a good shot.
Yeah, you got the west. I'll just spin it over to the cathedral here. Every time we look west, it's where the weather is usually coming from, and it almost looks like a little bit of sunshine is breaking out there as you look out West 10th Street.
Yeah, but plenty of rain-cooled air and let's see, winds.
What's the temperature? Check out the airport temp. Edinburgh, which had a bunch of wind come through. Looking downtown right now, still cloudy, still damp. Okay, so the airport temperature was 72, and it might have been higher than that at one point. Yeah, we went up to 73. Now we're down to 57. So that's a real good sign that the front has passed, and that's pushing the severe weather out east. Here's yeah, starting to cool down in our office. Look, almost like a little fog forming in the cool air at the airport shot there. Let's just go out to the front side here. Give it a whirl. And I'll get back to your comments in just a minute. Just want to take a look at these camera views and make sure everything is settling down here. And there we are on, still breezy. Certainly those winds are at least 25 miles an hour out there on the flags anyway. Girard, G-Town, this will be a view west towards the country fair. Yep. It's breezy, it's windy, but it's cooler. And so these are not going to be winds that are associated with thunderstorm or severe weather. There is your Perry Monument from the Land Lighthouse, and the birds are out. Nice little shot of Meadville here. Looking good. I'm going to spin that around a little bit. Get a good view maybe over towards the railroad tracks here. That's kind of a western view. All right, there we go. Almost looks like a little, you'll see it in a second, little brightening of the skies when it pans over here. Blue skies up there on Radio Hill. Nice. All right, good to see. Yeah, widen that out a little bit, tilt it up. Yep, that's a good view. You'll see it in a minute or less. Check back with you guys, see how you're doing. There you go. Let's see, anything else? Yep, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it was warm earlier. No way, man. We did like a 3-minute cut-in. Oh my gosh. But crew showed up. We're here, thankfully. Nothing touched down. Winds are calm. Great to have. Hope you can will take it away. And so, good job, you, Jake. Thanks to Craig, and good to be here for you. And thankfully, didn't have to do all that much. We had a good kind of dry run for a bad weather situation. Some winds, but no tornado touchdowns. So that's the way to do it. All right. Thank you, everyone. We will. Well, Jake will be on at 6 o'clock allegedly, and we'll see you guys, as Mike Fenner would say, down the road. More coverage, of course, later tonight on news, and then tomorrow morning with Craig, and tomorrow afternoon with me. And we thank you for being a part of the show. You guys have a great afternoon. Be safe and keep it on Jet and Fox. All right. Take care.